There we go. Hey, there we go. Which camera is it? It's this one, isn't it? Yes. There we go. Bit of a... hope we can be heard. The microphone says it's on. The sound bars are going up and down. Saying that, the volume looks a bit... Let's just try and get a bit... Is that a bit better? Oh god, you shouldn't always mess with this. Is that a bit better? Let's try and keep the voice down. Let's just nudge him down a little bit. A little bit more. That should do it. There's a little sound bar with green, yellow, red. It keeps popping into the red. It's a bit like on the editing if you do Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, whatever. Visualization of your audio. But yes. So, bit of an odd time of week to do this, but that's because it's an odd work shifts that we get these days, shall we say. And yeah, when you drive for a living, without getting into details, yes, rotors are up and down like roller coasters, and sometimes as unpredictable as the weather. But still, in recent time, we have been to the cinema. We have been to see, obviously, Scream 7. It's I don't know how to put it, to be honest. There may be people thinking this, that, or the other. What did we think of the story, etc. Well, word of warning, if anybody starts to watch this at a different time, playing it back, and you don't want to be spoiled. Evening from York. Hello, Chris Pilmore. But yes, if anybody does not want to be spoiled with regards to Scream 7, you're watching this at whatever time. If you're watching it live, switch it off. If you're watching it at a different time, after this has been and gone and finished, then yes, hello Defrot. Pyro Rottweiler, I remember. But yes, Aaron Schneider. I'm here, what did I miss? Not a lot actually, so don't worry, not a lot, we're just starting. So yeah, just mentioning that we've been to the cinema, we have been to see Scream 7, and there'll be some spoiler talk. So if anybody, for whatever reason, here live, do not want to be ruined, off you can, as they say in Off You Same Pet. If people are here and they have seen Scream 7, don't mind spoiler talk. Well, you've already seen it, didn't you? In fact, talking of Scream 7, now we got the one souvenir I got with regards to the new film. One souvenir, in fact 2 souvenirs. One sec. So there we go. Thought Scream 7 was really poor. Pre-ordered the 30th anniversary costume. Is that son of a bitch back again? Commander! You're long overdue, Mr. Commander. Long overdue. But still, anyway. No, the date is not wrong. It is the 25th of March. Every time that Commander ripped, He used to do brilliant streams, don't know if he still does. It's been too long. But still, anyway. Hello, Sydney. He's coming, he's coming. He's coming. Remember I got the green screen filter on, so that's why it gets a bit pixely. He's coming. I see the other people with GhostFace stood in the box. One of them's made it into a fish tank. That's a what? Fish tank? And yes, one of these from Showcase Cinemas, Nottingham. Showcase Cinemas. I mean, I think there's 3 types of these. This is the one I've got. And I don't think they're gonna let me achieve the other 2 without watching the film again or charging some stupid price. But I like the back of this, you know, where you've got the outline of the mask and the little knives, if you can just about see. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna play a little game. There you go. I do like the figure. It's actually, there's been figures in the past that have been made by various companies, not singling out, and the sculpt hasn't been as good as this, you know. So for what it is, I'm actually quite impressed with that. I was like, yeah, there you go. So yeah, so we acquired one of those, and we got the Scream 7. I mean, this, bloody hell, the missus come back, she saw this. And as some messages would say to the partners, sometimes, she said, I thought it'd be bigger. So what are you on about? The drinks? Yeah, oh, this, yes. I thought it'd be bigger than that. Aye. Again, our feeders ain't. But still, yes. Still. Hello, Mr. Bartron, Mr. Dillon. Oh, God, Dillon's here, was he? You. But yes, just had a message off RJ as well, because I've been asking a couple of questions. But yeah, anyway. Jesus Christ. What's that? Symmetries, is that what it is? 505. So hello to people in the chat. Chris Pillmore, Defrot, Amon Schneider, Mr. Dillon, Commander, if it's but Commander's normally in and out. It's like a dirty fart. It's there 1 minute, gone the bloody next. But no offence, Commander. I do love Commander. He's a brilliant chap. I wish I'd meet him. Well, Commander, just for your information, mate. I haven't confirmed a date yet, but soon I will be heading to, within a couple of months, heading to Belfast. Why? Yes, I know why. To go see the distributors of GhostFace. So when there, maybe I could meet Commander finally in person, and you can see the annoying Git in person as well, of course. They got the mask right. They did actually, they did, yeah. I got that popcorn bucket too when I came in and nabbed the second one they had left on the 27th. Ah, okay, box it up, Ian, it's box it ups. When's the last time you sent me a box, Cloud? Get on it. Lazy son of a bitch. Anyway, so, but yes, good to see Mr. Bartron in the chat there. Good to see a few names. But yeah. Oh brother, oh brother. Darth Ghostface just popped up. Look, Kyle Cabrera, been on the stream before, showing off his collection. Oh brother. And he knows what that means. It's an impression of an ex-colleague I used to work with called, let's just say he's called Smithy, just for the sake of privacy. Hey Smithy. Oh brother. My theatre didn't have any of this cool stuff. No, it's the one thing with Ghostface, when any film comes out, is the UK hardly get anything. Spain, France, Germany, whoever else, I don't know what they get, you know. But if you're going to be in a place where you want a choice of a lot of things, USA, isn't it? I don't know about Canada, but you know, call him Diet. I just say Smithy for the sake of it, man. It's easier. Ah, did he? So anyway, honestly, the bucket just reminds me of the scene in Scream 1. Well, yeah, that's what it's meant to resemble, I suppose, isn't it? I'm trying to think. I mean, at the end of the day, Sydney's bedroom didn't have a bloody chain on it, did it? It got jammed on the closet door, and then he couldn't get in, could he? But Scream and Print. Yes, this is something I should be asking soon, and to see if these made in China on the chin that's missing masks, whether they are actually bootleg, as some suspect, or whether they are, for whatever reason, factory originals, and where's the made in China if so. So yes, hope to talk to RJ very soon. I've had a message off him earlier, but again that's just a message because I've been asking about Scary Movie 6. So have I missed any info on the 30th and the full costume? No, nothing at all, nothing at all. When the time is right, I will be asking more about the 30th anniversary stuff. Again, RJ, I spoke to him the other day. The weekend just gone, I had off work. So last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, which was very enjoyable with regards to time away from work, I got a random call off RJ on one of the days. I forget what day now. I think it was the Monday. And yeah, I was asking several questions about this and that and the other, and going over many things. Yeah, Fantastic Faces actually wasn't mentioned much. It was just all sorts of bits and bobs. The fact I've seen the 7th film, the fact I got a little beaker, cup with a figure on the top. It's amazing, isn't it, that there always has to be the cheapest version somewhere, isn't there, with no bloody voice box in the bottom, or voice sound, should we say. But, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. And so, same with this. I mean, it's, for what it is, it's quite nice, isn't it? For what it is, it's quite good. It does make you pig bloody sick sometimes when you can't get the rest of the stuff, or scalping bastards have already got them, and, why did the scalpers always get most of the stuff straight away, like it's in an instant? Bastards. But yes, let me see, anniversary mask. What did happen to the bootlace mask that they were selling on AliExpress? So that, yeah, well, funny you mention that, because in conversation recently, not the other day, but in conversation recently, it was stated that GhostFace is being protected, and with regards to those masks in China, it hasn't been mentioned in ages, but all I got told a while ago is just that there's been thousands, literally thousands of listings off Amazon, off Etsy, off all sorts of places, just removed, because it's getting beyond a joke. I do still have 3 of the AliExpress EU stamp masks. See how they follow there? I still have some in these storage boxes behind me, behind the green screen and the old collection image on the stream here. But yeah, behind me is all these. There's 27 boxes just on one side of the room of totes. 98% of it's GhostFace. And I did come across the AliExpress mask. I purposely ordered some when they was there, just to see what they were like, how bad they smelt, etc. They absolutely stunk. And only now, after a couple of years, has the smell just completely gone. But they're not safe. They're not safe. Maybe it's a display from a distance, but if you got your own little unit that you work in, hang them up above the main unit door or something. Keep them out of sight, keep them at a distance. But they're dangerous, man, and people don't see that bit. People don't see that. I'm just catching up with this chat, then we're going to on some Scream 7. But yeah, they do smell terrible. If you let them here outside, it goes away about 9 Yeah, mine have been in the plastic bags they come in, and the storage box for bloody a couple of years, man. I hope, what's this? I really hope RJ decides to make the doll sell online, because I love that thing. Hey, maybe. Again, there's a lot to talk about of RJ, and as he always says, there's so much going on, and there still is so much going on. He's on the phone the other day. Oh, hang on a minute, Paramount recording. So no, you tell Paramount, wait a minute, I was first. Said, no. And of course, we're only joking. Yeah. Since the 20th anniversary mass were coming out at the time. Okay. Oh yeah, the 25th anniversary mass were coming out, wasn't it? Anyway. The EU's returning until after the fact. Yeah. I heard mine out in the garage. Smell went away for the most part. Yeah, it's hit and miss, isn't it? I mean, mine, the smell have completely gone now. So Scream 7. For once, they actually did something I agreed with, which is what I've mentioned on this stream before, but it should have been done in Scream 5. You remember? So I saw them when Douglas made it by then 21st. Yeah, true, Mr. Ammon, true. Not too off Douglas much. Where the hell is he? Even so, Scream 7, and with regards to Scream 5, so years ago. A few years ago, of course, we got Scream 5. I hate Scream 5, it's a piece of shit. Anyway, so people know why I hate Scream 5, because of Dewey. Spoiler, there you go. And I always said on this stream a couple of times in the past, if you was going to give me control of Scream 5, then it would have been me in control. Again, it wasn't ever going to happen, never will. But if I'd have had control of Dewey, he would have been living. And he'd have beaten, but he'd have been living. But I said, why couldn't he have just walked up, shot Ghostface in the head from a bit more of a distance and fucked him up? Killer wise, oh shit, we've lost a killer, what are we going to do? The end reveal is going to be this, blah 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 blah. You know? And then what's going to happen at the end, you know? And then that would have worked itself out, I'm sure, whatever way. And then finally, after New York Scream 6, obviously we got a long delay between Scream 7. And finally it came and I've been to see it. Too much rambling, you see. Anyway, for once, something happened in Scream 7 that I was like, Jesus, they finally woke up. Somebody listened. Did they listen to me? Did they listen to other fans? Did they have an idea originally? Nothing to do with the fans and they just did it? I'm not taking credit, I don't know. But thank God for once they decided to mess up. Something to do with the Ghostface killers a little way into the film, didn't they? Finally. They messed them up. So at the end of the film we didn't get several killers revealed because one was missing. Gale ran him over. So but yeah, so I don't know what entirely to say about Scream 7, but for a 7th installment over the 30-year span, it wasn't the most boring and unentertaining thing ever. You know, like an old, what I used to hear my friends talk about. Again, I've never watched a full Jason film, never watched a full Freddy film, never watched Critters in full, never watched Fright Night, you know, never watched all sorts of horrors from the 80s and 90s. Because as a kid I just didn't like the idea of them. But the amount of times I did, oh, Jason come back again, Freddy come back, yeah, they burnt him alive, but yeah, he come back again. Yeah, Jason got his head, you know, an axe in his head, he died on the floor and collapsed, but then he come back again, you know. So I had no faith in horror whatsoever. None at all. But with regards to Scream 7, for something that's 7 films in, yes, it was still entertaining, it was still believable that Ghostface was out there. Too many people were so convinced it was Stu this, it was before the film even dropped with the trailers. This could be fun, yeah. Doesn't mean he's alive. And I'm sure there's all opinions after the film as well, and after Kevin Williamson interviews that have appeared online. But I will say that I'm glad that Stu wasn't officially alive and that somebody had recreated him in green screen and deep fake or whatever, you know, we want to call it. So it was good to see that they'd used him as a a part of it. But yes, in essence, if they had brought Stu back to life, Scream would have lost some of its credit, even the original film, even though Wes directed it and it was brilliant, you know. But once dead, always dead, which is a sad fact because that applies to Dewey as well. But when it got to the end of the film and the killers were revealed, you know, what was your thoughts in the chat? Type in the comments. What the hell? So days before I went to see the film, I had to go to my work head office to see the doctor because I was getting migraines all the time. Doctor said it's probably this, probably that, blah blah blah. And I saw a Ghostface and Scream fan up there that I know very well. I've even given him a couple of masks over time. And he says, "Oh, have you seen it yet?" I says, "No." I says, "No." I says, "Don't tell me nothing. I don't want details." I says, "I've still not seen it. I'm going to see it Friday at the time." He goes, "All right." I says, "Well, you can tell me what you thought. Was it good? Was it bad? What did you think?" And his opinion was, yeah, it was all the way through bloody good. So then at the end, I was like, "Oh my God, seriously?" I was like, "Okay." And then I thought, shit, has he just ruined it for me? Did he ruin it, you know? So anyway, I go there, of course, we watch it. So happy to see a Ghostface taken out part way through the film, you know, as I say, with Courtney Cox or Gail running him over. Let's unmask this fucker. And yeah, it was the creepy man that had walked by Sid in the coffee shop, wasn't it? I mean, what was, you know, where do these people come from? But yes, when you do see the first, with Death Rot in the comments here, when you do see the first iteration of Stu, you're like, what the, can it be true? Is he really, did he survive? And then there's, oh yeah, there's no record of the body, blah blah. I'm like, Scream, what you doing? Don't ruin it, man. Don't go stupid like other horror films, keep it real. And yeah, there you go, it turned out as it did, didn't it? But I had a suspicion from the start, and this is also due to the fact with the trailers as well, I had a suspicion about Ethan Embry's character. I thought, why do we never see him in the trailers much? Why do we barely see anything of him? Why do we barely see anything of Ethan Embry, his character? Why? And it was sort of like that with Scream 5. We only ever saw the same repetitive short clips of Dewey in Scream 5. And like, why are we only seeing certain bits of Dewey footage? Is there no more? So it makes you think. And Ethan Embry, yeah, what the hell, man? It's nights before I saw Scream 7. I was watching Can't Hardly Wait. Surely you know that. Can't Hardly Wait, 1998. Ethan Embry, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Seth Green, many people in it. Bloody hell. It's a brilliant film, that. Love that film. Absolutely brilliant. Takes me back to younger days myself. Not you know, I didn't have mates that were exactly like the film, but we all had mates and friends and missuses and ex-missuses, and you know, we all have a history, don't we? And some of the younger times were really good, you know. Not all, but you know, we all have ups and downs. But yeah, to see Ethan Embry in Scream 7, and then he appears at the hospital, I was like, here we go. He's here, is he? I wonder why he's there. He looks a bit dodgy to me. And yeah, he bloody was, wasn't he? So, in the first original 1996 Scream, I had suspicions on Billy all along. He was just too creepy, too schneidi, too cunning, too slimy in the way Skeet played it. No offence to Skeet. But I thought, yeah, what about Mr. Billy? Something off here. And then he got stabbed and killed, and like, oh shit, was it really him? I swear we were dodgy. And then of course he was, wasn't he? Stu, I had no clue. So it was the same with Scream 7. Scream 7, yeah, the one that got run over, I'm like, Jesus, really? Okay, fine, what's going to happen at the end now then? And then it come to the end, and Mr. Cloud, yes, I hate to say Mr. Cloud, I have to agree with you. You're correct. Dylan Cloud 97, cutting room floor, whatever you want to call him. Hey, the worst killer reveal in the bleeding franchise was Scream 7. So, was Sydney's Out of Darkness. This lady had read it, and then, you know, I was like, what? But also, that was a similarity with the killers, wasn't it? So the first killer, shall we say, got run over. The other two killers, we barely saw the characters. You hardly see them. Here and there, yeah, that's it, here and there. And when it comes to the mask coming off, and you think, Jesus, who the hell is this going to be? And then the mask come off, you are just like, oh my God, really? And then I thought the chap at head office was right. The end is a letdown. The one thing that did surprise me was the husband, Sydney's husband, still being alive. So once he got, you know, beaten in the house renovation area, shall we say, with all the plastic hanging everywhere, I thought, yeah, he's finished. And then it goes to curfew, doesn't it? Red right hand playing. I was like, well, yeah, you know, they're doing a bit of Scream 1 again. But it ain't the same about Randy. And it ain't the same about Dewey, Tatum. You know, the original's the original. But it was good to see some little nods to the first one. Good to see the original song come back from the first one with the bedroom foreplay, shall we say, with Sid's daughter and the boyfriend. But yeah, when it come to the ending of the killer reveal, I was like, oh my good God. Seriously? So you're going to say it was Ethan Embry's character, which you hardly ever saw. Again, trailers, you know, everything else. You hardly ever saw the sod. And still, you know, it was hardly in the film, was it, apart from the end? A bit when they meet him, and I wonder how many deleted scenes may have contained him or not, you know. But some good kills. But yeah, Ethan Embry's character's motive, can't even remember his character's name. I was like, oh my good God, really? And then yeah, the lady, again, I've seen it once, I probably need to see it again, Jessica, because she was too obvious. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, what are you doing? It seemed a bit too much that over all this time it was bullshit, you know? So all we got drilled into our little tiny heads on the trailer was, I've been waiting a long time for this, I'm going to burn it all down. What was the point in burning the goddamn house? I don't see why the house had to be burned down. Just to dispose of 2 Airbnb customer bodies? Is that it? Why was it? You know, I thought it was some sort of Stu family link, or maybe even Billy family link. What happened to his dad? Whatever happened to Billy's dad? Did he lose it? Did he die? You know, did he lose it and think, yeah, revenge, bitch? That would have made a little more sense, even if he was an old man. But then recruit some little sods, and you know, like with the original Scream 3, it was going to be a load of fans, wasn't it? You know, I don't know. But I honestly thought, with what was drilled into our heads, I've been waiting a long time for this. It would have been somebody more believable. So this Jessica didn't know of Sid till after everything had happened, into Scream 4 and the next chapter bookstore without Out of Darkness, and you know, being sold. And the other chap, Jesus Christ, man, it's like, put some effort into it, eh? You've done a decent film, some good kills. And there's other people that have said online, oh, I thought all the kills in the bar, you know, the tavern, were just pointless. If the killer's so obsessed with Sid and their family and her daughter and her husband, what's he got to do with the little randoms that are just in a bar having a bloody drink and getting pissed? You know? Was it really necessary? Or was he just getting some practice in trying to sharpen his knife? I was like, come on, man. So, hello, Casket Crew. Yeah, overall, so let's just end the Scream 7, I think. I could ramble all night and it's just going to lose viewers, to be honest. I ain't got many in the first place. But yeah, Scream 7, better than Scream 5, up to the point where the killer reveal was just, seriously. Scream 5's killer reveal was better, and I hate Scream 5, you know. 6 was okay, but my personal ranking of the films to this day: 2, 1, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5. That's my personal ranking. Argue with it, bitch about it, don't give a shit, it doesn't matter. That's my personal ranking. I've always liked 2 and 1. 2 and 1 are sort of joined together sometimes, so they're just as good as each other, for many reasons. 3 was always the weakest, and then 4 was bitched about for years with regards to getting it made. Then it came to be made, and it was like, Jesus. It was tolerable, yes, and very sad that it was Wes's last film, but still, there you go. Totally agree about the opening, not really having... Yeah, it's true, Mr. Pillmore, it's true. Script was poor, no friends, character development... Yeah. But yeah, 2, 1, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5 is my ranking. That's, again, there's no one's going to fully agree with that, but... yeah, Aaron Schneider there, perfect in the comments. It's true. People in the Scream world decide to use Sydney as the reason. Sid got on with life, she carried on, she got a family, she got a husband. That's it, end it. Like Gail said before, let her have a happy ending. All the motives, like Randy says in Scream 2, it's old, it's tired, what else have we got? You know? And yeah, of course, it was nice to see Sid back, of course it was. It's good to see. It's a shame we didn't get Patrick Dempsey, but you know, can't have it always. But she's meant to have other kids as well, isn't she, Sid? Not just the one. And have Ghostface killer just get away with it. So yeah, exactly. The best thing about Ghostface is this, okay? So with all these killers from many films, they always get beatings and you think they're dead and they always come back. Scream and Ghostface, it separates that, thank God. So while Ghostface can die, whether it's Mrs. Loomis, whether it's Billy, whether it's Jill, you know, whoever, whether it's Roman, it's good that a Ghostface can always reappear realistically, you know. How many times did Jason get so much beatings, like anyone would just die from that, you know, with Freddy, you know, with any of the others. I mean, look at Leprechaun, he was a little shit, but you know, still he got what he deserved, you know. Look at Pumpkinhead, huh? A couple of ones I did have the balls to watch when I was mid-90s viewing, you know, but yeah, at least with Ghostface, if there's a realistic, believable, decent motive, which this wasn't, then at least Ghostface can always return. So yes, so good to see that Matthew came back, good to see that Matthew did a good performance. And yeah, it was a bit weird in Scream 5 and 6 with Billy's appearance, but again, these people are, you know, OGs, and the fact they've reappeared, alright, with some CGI, is good. It's really good. I mean, look at Dewey, look at Roman, look at Mrs. Salt, you know, Mrs. Loomis. Jesus Christ, mate. My ranking now: 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Aaron, fair enough. Yeah. Back to the Future fan talking about really, yeah, but it's Back to the Future's adventure comedy, adventure fictional, you know. It's Back to the Future fan, something that we all wish we could do, but you know, it's never going to happen, is it? But it's meant to be a fun film when it is. Yeah, Ghostface Returns trademark. Or Michael Myers, of course. Oh, Clayface, Plasticine Head, Glare-Steer, as I call him. 3 different names, Michael Myers. Not anything that anyone's ever said before. Glare-Steer, Plasticine Head, and Clayface. The Court of Thorn trilogy, yeah. this was the best case scenario. They're never going to get expectations. But yeah, overall, Scream 7 could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. Killer reveal, absolutely goddamn pathetic. And yes, entertaining though. I will say entertaining. Yeah, all right. There's this and this that. Okay, fine. But I didn't get bored watching. And I was in the cinema, not in costume this time. I just went as the fat as what I am. And I just didn't want any problems, you know, because I wasn't going to a first showing of a film again, have some paranoid bitch in there, and other times, oh, it's scaring me because it's got a green plastic. No, FO, get out of here, you know. It wasn't going to happen. So I thought, let's just go as me. And it did sort of ruin it a bit, because whenever there's a new Scream film, me and my friend, the killer from my Arnold Scream fan films, or one of the killers, Mr. Geeson, we always get together. Whether it's me and him, whether it's me and him and his missus, whether it's me and him and his missus and my ex a few years ago. But still, you know, it was always something to do that we could do as mates, relive a few memories, Arnold Scream, and put the killer costume on and just go get some of the little woo, hey, GhostFace, you know, in the cinema, which we used to get. But my best ever reception, dressed as GhostFace, wasn't a Scream film. It really wasn't. So obviously in the year 2000, Scary Movie came out, and there was a girl I knew at the time called Kim. It's still out there somewhere today, I don't know where. Anyway, Kim, me and her were just friends. Again, yeah, it's not for dispute, it was just two mates. And she said, oh, should we go see Scary Movie? I said, you know what, yeah, fuck it. And at the time, I always had a Fun World costume, mask, and a bloody knife in the back of my car. So I said, you know what, let's go see it, and I'm going to put a costume on. She goes, yeah. I said, no, seriously, I'll put a costume on. And we walked in the cinema, Showcase Cinemas. And yeah, walked in the cinema, down the side of the screen. Obviously, you got just the walkway, and then you turn, and the screen's all, you know, behind you. So steps going up the side, and then, you know, all the seats. And me and her walked down. I was in full costume again, Fun World costume. Yeah, criticise all you want, but that's what it was. So Fun World costume, Scary Movie. Walked down the side of the screen, turned to see the seats, and where to go, where to sit, because they weren't allocated then. Now you have to allocate them and see what, you know, book what seat you want. But yeah, just turned to see what seats were together. And yeah, as I turned and see what seats, fucking Jesus, about 50-60 people just erupted. I said, Jesus, it was like Scream 2, you know. Obviously there was more there, but Scream 2. But it just made me feel like something for about 3 seconds. I was like, look at this, we got a reception here. And it was brilliant, man, it was brilliant. But that was a Scary Movie. Not Scream 3, not Scream 2, not 4, not 5, where the girl moaned. 6. I think there was a few there just giving dodgy looks, and 7 I didn't do, and 1 I never saw in cinemas. But yeah, accurate costume for Scary Movie. But yeah, honestly, the whole bloody place just erupted. I was like, it was like pressing a bloody some sort of button. I was like, wait. And that's one of my favourite memories of Ghostface costume, messing about in it, Arnold Scream fan films, which were pathetic, I don't care. I know they were, if anybody had actually seen some in the past. There's just trailers on YouTube now. I know full films because they kept getting copyright strike for the score tracks I used. But yeah, it was just one of the best memories. One of the best memories. So, yeah, Scream 7. What would I rank it out of 10? I don't know. What would you rank it out of 10? What people in the live chat comments ranking it out of 10? I don't know what to say, you know. I was saying to people 8 or 9 out of 10 for entertainment value. But with regards to killer reveal, 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Killer reveal, absolutely pathetic. It was almost as bad as the 2025 I Know What You Did Last Summer Ray turning bad. And I saw an interview with him recently, short YouTube clip, saying why that character did it. I said, no, you don't fuck with the characters, man. Make them happy. Again, if I'd have had control of I Know What You Did Last Summer, that wouldn't have been the end. If I was a studio exec, if I had a lot of money, if I had some sort of power for what I Know What You Did Last Summer, that would not have ended that way. A solid 4. There you go, Casket Crew. 4 out of 10 for Aaron. But yeah, type in the comments, please. What's your rank out of 10 for Scream 7? And whether you think this or that other killer reveal, you know. What's your score? Put it in the chat. Put it on the comment. But yeah, Ray. Ray was always a good person that just wanted Julie. And they went through hell in I Know What You Did Last Summer, as we know. The best I Know What You Did Last Summer is the first one. The second one got so much shit it's unbelievable, but at least it was a decent continuation of the story. Yeah, it wasn't the best in many ways, but it was okay. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer was absolutely pathetic. Like a fan film with a professional director. I mean, the director wasn't the worst person in the world, but why did they make it some sort of thing rather than a fisherman killer, you know? Why'd they have glowing up eyes? Just looking at the chat. A 4, 8.5, 3. Yeah. But yes, I Know What You Did Last Summer. To me, the first is always the best. And my I Know What You Did Last Summer rankings is the first one, the second one, and the latest one. The other one is just, should we even count it? But you know, you got not much choice there, have you? There's only a couple of them. I just saw the first one, ignored the sequel. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's, the sequel's not bad, Aaron. The sequel's not bad. It's, again, it ain't unbelievably the best thing ever in the world. Of course, it's not. But it's watchable. But give it a chance one day, mate. Honestly, give it a chance one day. Have a little look, and you may be just slightly surprised with some things. The kills weren't the worst. Jack Black was just fucking annoying, but you know, why did he do that for? Anyway, can't stand the prick. Anyway. So, what else was we going to go over? Let me double check this message. So, I messaged RJ a little while ago. And I got told some information that I'm allowed to say, you know. So, RJ is continually busy. Every bloody day he's got a lot going on. And even though Scream films now, Scream 7's been, you know, in the cinemas and still out there, coming to streaming services soon, his day is still filled with Ghostface this and Ghostface that. So, yeah. So I'm allowed to mention, again, this is brief, so don't, you know, don't get too excited, but there's going to be a lot of stuff coming that all you fans are going to be wanting. There's already stuff out there now. Look at the 30th anniversary. And remember, please, for God's sake, remember, all because it's a two-piece shroud on the mask, it doesn't matter. Let it go. There will be another version with a standard goddamn shroud. Please. There's people like, the mask is nice, but the shroud... Forget it, man. It's going to be a unique type. Collect the son of a bitch, keep it, display it, whatever you're going to do. Box it up for all I care. Appreciate the fact it's been done in the goddamn first place, please. Because there will be more with regards to a standard shroud. Whether it'll be cotton shroud or whether it'll be poly, who knows. But please, give it a chance. Bide your time. As RJ used to say to me years ago, be patient. Just be patient. I messaged him years ago with a screenshot of Angry Birds, because there was a Halloween Angry Birds thing at one time. I says, RJ, look at this screenshot. What about it? I says, you imagine Ghostface mask in there on some of the pigs? And the message come back, be patient. And I was like, alright, what's going on then? And then nothing ever come of it. But I do know that, yeah, there's been a lot come and go since then, you know, with mass types, with figures, with handmade robots, with all sorts of things, you know. No, nothing ever come with Angry Birds, but it's, I suppose that's more of a kid's game, isn't it? But, or for the most part, anyway, for the most part. Anyone can play it, of course. Brief and Tim goes together like teeth and concrete. Yeah, I know. Good to see you, Mr. Perel, anyway, in the chat. I'm actually fine with this one, no complaints now after seeing the two-piece, like the fact that it doesn't have tassels, head is too big for those, anyway, apparently. Louder for the gatekeepers in the back. I know, man, I know. So let's have a look, what did he put? So RJ's working with major companies right now, not just talking about Supreme and that bandana style shroud, you know, that one that's coming in process, not just talking about stuff like that. But he's working with major companies that the fans will be desperate for those specific masks when they come out. So there is mask types, he hasn't defined what, but he's saying there are major companies involved with me right now. We're working on various mask types. So 2026 has got all sorts coming. That ain't the end of it, there's more. Whether it goes on the Fun World site, whether it's whatever else, I don't know. And oh, look at this, I can't show the screen, but he's just been online 2 minutes ago making sure that he's read my latest message, which he just has. See if we're going to respond there. See if he appears in the chat, because it's a possibility, trust me. He's actually quite good like that sometimes. It may just catch him at the right time, but you know. What's the current time in New York? Because he's probably busy, to be honest. But yes. Oh, he's actually typing something there. What's this then? He's typing. Just want to see what he comes back with. I just told him I'm live on stream now. Say hello if it's a possibility. And if anything comes, if anything, you know, it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Again, he's a busy man. We have to remember he's there to do a job, not just take orders with regards to what fans want. He knows the fans love GhostFace. He knows the fans like, you know, metallics, bleedings, you know, all the rest of it. But who knows, man. Do you think we'll see fluorescent masks for the new Gen 1? Good question. Good question. He's still typing here. Oh, there you go. He's done it on the chat rather than on the YouTube. Hello, everybody. Many, in capital letters, many. Hello, everyone. Many surprises. Be excited. Come in. And then he's typing something else. He might appear in the chat in a minute. Keep an eye out. When he said come in, I'm not sure whether he means onto the chat or whether he means something. He's typing something else now. You just see the little dots animated like that. What's he put? Are you on YouTube? Send link to my email. I may pop an eye on. Let me just send him the link. He wants the link for this stream. So RJ wants link for the stream to come and have a gandaroo. So keep an eye on the chat because he may pop up. I've just put live Steam link, live stream link. There you go, he's got the link. There you go. Has been sent. Are you on YouTube? Send link to the email, may pop it, yeah. Okay, so he's, I've just put sent so he knows it's, should be in his inbox. So, yeah, there we go. Just checking up with your chat here, see what we're talking on. Shallow How is hilarious. Never watched. There's bits in films where he's supporting character and not so much the main character. There's a film he did years back with Steve Zahn and I think Jason Biggs from American Pie. What was that film? I didn't mind that. You know, there's bits of him I can tolerate and there's other I'm just like, shut up you prick. I'm sure in that real life it's probably quite nice. It's just the characters he seems to portray just annoying fucks. But yeah, you imagine recreated Gen 1s and an RJ recreated fluorescent Gen 1s. Because they'd probably sell, of course they're gonna. RJ, we hereby summon you to the chat. If pre-orders have sold out 3 times over, I'd say OG versions such as fluorescence. Yeah, it's a possibility, man. I mean, I ain't saying for sure, I don't know. Who am I? I'm nothing to do with Fun World. I said this to RJ the other day. Remember the key thing here. I am nothing. Yes? Nate is high status. Me, low status. Other people are high status. Me, low status. I'm just a fan of a website. Needs a big update on that damn site. I look at most pages now and I'm like, Jesus, this needs an arse kicking. Mass page definitely needs a kicking. The GhostFace linked page, so just click GhostFace. That can be 50 million times better. But you know. Oh, look, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. Look, he's in the chat. Game Face Guy. That was his original Twitter name. Looking at metallics for 2027. There you go. Hello, RJ. Got nervous now, look. He's an informant in Fun World. Oh, aye. You're looking at this, RJ. They appreciate who's the handsome guy in the window. I don't know, who's that? What's these gold hooded masks, RJ? Remember these? Remember me. Yes. Look at the old Viper down the bottom here. Look at the Viper. Viper. Those gold hooded masks. You got an original pumpkin there by Clive in the back of the old pic. This is a picture of my old room where the collection was displayed. But yeah, look, Game Face Guy. That is RJ. And you debate it all you want, people that are watching. This is the man. He's on here before as RJ Torbett. He's on here before as another name on the last stream, which I forget. And he's on here as Game Face Guy now. This is RJ. Clive's a good guy. See, there you go. He remembers Clive. Of course he does. This. How many masks has Clive got with Fun World now? Burt Bench. But yes. So he's not going to be able to go all the way because of the crop of the camera and the green screen filter. But yeah, the original Scrumpkin, I think Clive called it, didn't he? The Pumpkin Ghostface KMB version there. Or Clive's iteration of it. But yes, Clive's a good guy. Handsome boy. When he says handsome boy, he means Ghostface. But yes. 5? What's that? Fluorescence in 2020. Yeah, RJ, if you are currently watching, in this chat, in the history of this chat that's been typed, people are already asking, because the pre-orders for the 30th anniversary Fantastic Faces have gone absolutely mad, what is the possibility, because of that popularity, what is the possibility of fluorescent recreated Fantastic Faces? The pink, the orange and green, of course, are out there now as EU stamps, which is brilliant. That was out in 24, that was out in 25. 25 they went the full colour on the inside and out of the mask. But yeah, to put you on the spot, if we're allowed to, yeah. If there was demand and people would order them, could there ever be a recreated Fantastic Faces in the fluorescent colours again? You know, 30th anniversary fluorescence. Oh, 5 masks from Clive. Okay, thank you, RJ. That's where he put the 5 and I was like, what's that mean? Yeah, one thing that is missed by fans for over 10 years now is the red metallic. There you go. Have you seen this? Look at the chat. See, we ask him a question, he's actually responding here, which doesn't always happen. In all fairness to RJ, because he's busy. Look at this, he's responding, man. It is a possibility, but with all going on with Scream 7 and Scary Movie, we're looking at 2027. Look at that. You've got an answer right here, live on the chat. Thank you, RJ. Cheers for that. Look at that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know you're busy. It's amazing you're even on here. But yeah, look at that, man. Metallics were always popular, but yeah, what made the metallics even more collectible was simply the addition of the red. But I seem to remember RJ saying years ago that the reds just wasn't so popular at one time, you know, and that's what helps diminish a type of metallic, unfortunately. So the red was the first to go, you know, and some of the greens were so dark that they looked like they were black metallic, you know, but of course they wasn't. They were actually real dark green. See, he's in the chat. There you go. If you're going to put comments, please keep them sensible, which you have done, so thank you. See, you're seeing this, RJ, they're responding to you and they're appreciating you. If you got some positive on this one, there you go. If those beautiful rare metallics come back with a 30th, I'm getting 4 of each. See, they already want it, for God's sake, you know. I wonder if we're finally going to get a Scary Movie killer mask. There you go. I wonder the same thing, especially after seeing the new one in the trailer. Looks quite nice and neat, doesn't it? Looks really nice. The original was always going to be nice, but still good to see a recreation. See, RJ, look, the fans are great. They deserve to hear some things first here. There you go. See, he doesn't forget the fans. Just some fans are absolute gits and just seem to forget these little things. And some fans are quite appreciative, which is nice, so thank you. Can't wait for the Gen 1 comeback. Question. What's this? Already pre-ordered 3 of the 30th anniversary. Yeah, I've ordered 48 of the 30th anniversaries, so I'll be selling a couple later in the year. Depends who wants them over here and if they're struggling, you know. I like the new design, it's cool, from Triple Cripple, with regards to the Scary Movie 6 mask. Yeah, but no, thank you, RJ, if you're still here. But again, look at the chat now. It is a possibility. But because there's so much going on with Scream 7 and Scary Movie 6, it's going to be next year. Some fans overstep on what they deserve, especially, yeah, well, dare I say, some people are entitled these days. You know, I think, why? And it isn't just GhostFace and Scream fans, it's in all different aspects of life, I'm starting to notice. It's not good, man. But there you go, you know. Can we get an updated catalogue of images rather than the current ultra-white TD reshoot images? I understand it can be costly, just asking. Yeah. Well, Fun will be coming out with the neon Gen 1s. It's what we just asked him, Just Breezing. We just asked him that a little while ago. If you scroll up the chat, it says it's a possibility. And it says with so much going on with Scream 7 and Scary Movie 6, it would be 2027 if it did happen. So there you go, we got an answer. What's this with Aaron? Would be cool, but I can kind of understand retailers when they say the Scary Movie mask looks too close to the normal. I don't know, the mouth defines it better, and the bulges in the actual face change it, you know. There you go. Again, look at this. Look at this. Real-time info coming through from the man himself right now on this stream. Look at this. Some Scary Movie masks are not close to classic GhostFace masks. You will see. Read it and believe it. Now. He's telling you. He's telling you. So there are small similarities with the original GhostFace Scary Movie mask. Look at the smiley, he's got Ghostface eyes, hasn't he? But then he's got a totally different mouth. The what's up, yeah, totally different. The stoned, of course, totally different. And then yes, the original killer Ghostface scary movie mask, based on the features, but every feature is different because the eyes are much bigger, the nose is very similar but not the same, and of course the mouth is what it is, you know. So look at this, Game Face guy still here. Thank you, RJ. Oh dear. RJ, I'm off this week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I hope we can catch up confidentially, if you know what I mean. As in days off time. But yeah, still, you know, for him to come on this stream now and be typing as he's typing, whatever he's typing, that's amazing, because his time is so stretched. He does get a few minutes here and there, of course. And the time in New York is 5:15, according to this at least. Let me just do something. Alexa, what's the current time in New York?
In New York, it's 5:05 p.m.
Or 5:05, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong number on the screen there. So it's 5:05 p.m. in New York. Jesus, it's almost the end of the day for RJ. I think, if I remember right. You don't work enough, slacker, cheekies. I've done 11.5 hours today, huh? I was up at 5:40 a.m. to get to work for 6:10. And there's still plenty of gits on the road, let's just say that. Arseholes on the road. And then I was out with the bus. That's it. So, yeah, and then I didn't get home until after 7 p.m, which I come straight in this room, started setting up the stream because I wanted to live stream. So, in all honesty, RJ, it's been a bloody long day. Slacker? What's this, Back to the Future? There you go, Mr. Strickland, look into it, it's Mr. Strickland. Honestly, man, it's been a long day. And when you drive buses about, while you're sat on your backside in a bus, fine, but it mentally gets you, trust me. Especially the amount of pricks on the roads these days, and there is a lot. You got to know that, any of you. Driving used to be fun. Can't have much fun anymore. So there you go, RJ, you seen the chat here? I don't want to get onto my job, you know, it's just, this is a Ghostface stream. But, you know, just to touch on it briefly with a slacker. Thank you, RJ. I do have a quick question. This is from Aaron Schneider, you seen this, RJ? Do I have a quick question? Is Funworld still selling those tattered robes from like 2024? I haven't been able to find any of them. If you're going to ask questions like that, Aaron, you need to give them preferably an item number, and email Funworld's website and say, look, I've been looking for these, here's the item number, is there anything else? And somebody will come back to you. Potholes galore near me. Yes, it's the same here. To Tarn Moor, it's the same here. There's a load of potholes at the minute, absolute millions of the gits. You see, here's RJ again, look. RJ's making us bankrupt, I still haven't bought the new masks. Hey Dorky, how you doing? And RJ, look, more to come, don't go bankrupt. Oh, this is brilliant, man. I know I had a stream like this where he's been in here so long on the chat. Item number, yes, I don't recall. The tattered robe, yeah, if you say tattered robe, it can mean bloody anything, man. So, Aaron Schneider, if you do a little research, or you may already have it, just get your item number, go on the contact on Funworld's website, and yeah, there you go, you've seen it on the chat now, look, yeah. But yeah, give them the item number, then they can look at that. I've done that with RJ on many occasions. RJ, about this mask, which mask? And it'll be whatever mask is it. What's the item number? The item that you can look up and just see what the information is. So if I say, RJ, where's the cryptic gauze? Who's bought them this year for the news on the website? What's the item number? And okay, cryptic gauze is so and so. and he'll look it up and say, oh yeah, these people have bought it, look for their website to purchase it. There you go, RJ's on, look, he's off now. I have to run, but I wish all of you the best and thank you. I will leave you with some info hearing here the first time. There you go. There you go. So all of what he said is the first time he's mentioned it. I hadn't even had this on a private message or anything. So what he's just said on the chat is the first mention of it ever anyway. Well, alright, so it's not, you know, super detailed, but things have to be done properly, don't they? Gen 1 Scarecrow would look lovely. There you go. Thanks for coming through, yeah. There you go. So no, thank you people in the chat for being nice. Because not everyone's always so positive, unfortunately. But no, thank you. See, I messaged him, he responded, and next thing you know, he's here. I've never seen him stay so long before and type in so much at different times. With no offence to the man, but you know, again, he's super busy. You know, when I've had talks of him in the past, and you can hear phones in the background, ring, 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 ring. You're like, Jesus, how many lines have you got, man? But yeah, he's super busy, super busy. And all he wants to do is protect the mass, protect the brand, the IP, look after it, give it full respect, and make the fans happy. And he, trust me, he tries his bloody best. And many things that he's approved, we've ended up with within our collections, haven't we? Treasured items now. Treasured items. So, thank you RJ if you... He's probably gone now, but thank you RJ. I'll tell him on a message later. But to have some... Without being big-headed, please don't misinterpret this, but without being big-headed, to have somebody like that in your contact list on WhatsApp, it's... Jesus, man. It's sometimes one of the few things in life that I like, you know. There's not always a lot in life to be bloody happy about recently, but he's always one of them that's good to chat to. There you go, we're looking. Official info before he goes, look. We are working on a special edition mask for a major company. Remember he said this on my message earlier, major company. He said he's working with major companies. So we're working on a special edition mask for a major company. They will not be put on sale but given away. Be on the lookout. Collectors will go insane over these special masks. Be on the lookout. Jesus, man. What the hell was that then? Given away. That's going to be interesting. I wonder if it'll be involving my site, whether it involving Nate, whether it involving Hello Sydney, whether it involves something else. I suppose we'll find out in time. Interesting. Bye Tim, take care my handsome boy. Yes, he's here RJ. GhostFace is still here. He's in boxes behind. This collection on the picture behind still exists. Every single mask on that picture behind me, they're still here. They're just in boxes, unfortunately. Yeah, thank you RJ, thanks for coming in, thanks for chatting, thank you for valuable first scene info, much appreciated. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Jesus. But yeah, handsome boy is when he's referring to GhostFace, not me, GhostFace. Although he does say handsome guy on the stream now and again, messing about, as he will with Nate as well, and as he does with Rodrigo, I think, as well, on Hello Sydney. Again, that's probably between us in the past, where we just had random chats about websites and people, and you know, who promotes this and who's updated the site and what it looks like, and the fact that we're all still here promoting this stuff, you know. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, Mr. Schneider, exclusive info. He just wants to come in and type something that you're not expecting to hear, not expecting to read, and can be a little bit excited about. It's confusing that they'll be given away, because I'm now wondering how the hell that's going to happen. and special mass. But there you go. Send them boxes over here, I got you. Mr. Darky. Giving away so they can 10 times the price. Oh, don't. Please don't, Rottweiler. Pyro Rottweiler, Death Rot. Don't say that, mate, please, because there's always a git out there that can do that sort of thing, isn't there? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Something's just lit up on the phone. The missus is finishing early. No. My missus, the wife, is on night shift. She had a few hours left of annual leave to use, so she's coming home 3 hours early. It's like, oh yeah, 3 hours, but whatever. It gets renewed again at the start of April. Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, hopefully with whatever these major company special mass to be given away, there won't be people taking the mick, I hope. Were you going to give away some of the 30th anniversary to family and friends, or to fans and your subscribers type of thing? What, you mean the upcoming 30th anniversaries? I don't know, maybe. We could do something, I suppose. Yeah. Personally, I'm ordering 48 30th anniversaries, and let me just say, these are costly mothers. Even the distributor price is costly. Jesus, I was going to order 96 of them, then I saw the price. I was like, yeah, okay, let's not bother. That's too much. But, yes. You see, me and promotions, we've done a few in the past, and charity donations and contests on live streams and on my website. And in all honesty, the website doesn't get enough put on it these days. You look at Hello Sydney's website for Scream 7, it's all over the place. Numerous articles. You look at mine, there's a few. My website doesn't get what it deserves. So yeah, to do something like that would be nice and get the website a bit more boosted. The website has been online for 20 years this November. That's when I first got ghostface.co.uk as a domain, November 2006. So yeah, and it needs its arse kicking, which I do plan to do, trust me. Is the distributor price of them $20 or $30? Nate said that was around the price. I don't know, you know. I'd have to check that. I am due to talk to a distributor soon. He's like RJ. He's busy as hell. But when you get him, he has got a lot of info. But my order is confirmed. That's it. Like Uncle Buck says. It's in the book. That's it. It's ordered. November the what? November the 26th is the 20th anniversary of my website. And yeah, I know. It's gone through many iterations and designs in the past, my website. In the last few years, it's mainly stayed the same design-wise. I like the design. It's something I did on my own. It's something nobody can say, oh, he's done nothing, he just copied something else. The only thing I copied was the colours. I've related the colours to Book 120s, I related the colours to GhostFace, I related the colours to the films and, you know, the brand itself. But yes, all of what you see on my site with the main design, with the words down the side, is basically just what I've put together. Again, I ain't no expert. I am not a web designer professionally, as you can easily see. Rodrigo knows how to code sites. He knows more than me, to say the least. Me, I can put a site together, but it's not to his standard. My birthday is the 15th, that's why I asked. Okay. But yeah, originally November the 26th was the creation of ghostface.co.uk. It started as a Pro Boards forum. And I don't think Pro Boards are going anymore. I then linked the website properly with the help of a friend, and then I started putting pages on which were linked to the Scream trilogy at the time, and also to my fan films. As pathetic as it was, there was the fan films. And then in time I was like, let's concentrate on GhostFace and give it a bit of credit and a bit more effort. And I used to be up for hours through the nights, all the way through to the early morning, designing the site at all different times, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It used to get a monthly update and redesign every 30 days. But what's this having? I saw all the pre-orders on sites that delivered to my place. All of them were like 31 to 32. I just assume that was because, yeah, I don't know what the conversion is with regards to English pounds and US dollars. And yes, I will say that in recent time, after revisiting the distributor's website and talking to him on the phone quite extensively, I am very surprised to see that some sites charge the goddamn earth for mass prices, and then I see the distributor price and think, why are you pumping the price up like this? Is this much from them and you're doing 3 times that amount? Why? And this is the exact reason when I started ordering off distributor a few years ago that I started ordering off the distributor. I would go on various websites, .coms, .co.uk's, whatever, and think, why are these people charging this much for that mask, this much for that costume, this much for that bloody blade, this much for, you know, whatever it was. I'd like to make fans happier by lowering the price for them, still making a little bit of profit, because I never made much. It wasn't about the money, it was about just making a name for the website, saying, oh, you can go on this site, you can buy this, and it's actually not that expensive. And I used to get told by the ex, oh, you're stupid because you didn't make much from them, you should have made more. I'm like, well, I don't do this as a job, and I have an income as it is, which was at the airport at the time, shithole. So I just wanted the fans to be, at the time, with some products, not ripped off by others. I thought, I'll just undercut the motherfuckers, you know. Why should they have to pay 30 something for one mask? Why? Charge them 15, 16 pound. Why have I got to put it to 30, 35 or 40 pound? Why? Money hungry bastards. So I hate that fact. Is that all the world runs on? Just greed, you know. In all honesty, people, honestly, I'm looking at the camera telling you, I ain't a greedy bastard with regards to money. I'd love lots of money, of course. I ain't got any. I save what I can. I've no end of bills every bloody month, but we just survive. And I put a bit aside every month, leave it in the account, ready for the distributor order. And then so what if you don't make loads? Just don't want to rip people off. And I'm not here trying to put other websites or anyone out of business by undercutting. I'm just saying, look, 17 quid for an EU, no, 10 quid for an EU, as an example. And I've done that for a long time, and I've had a couple of years where I've not done it because life changed, you know. I got married, and pussy whipped is not the word. The missus is brilliant. Me and the missus are happy. But our jobs kick the shit out of us with regards to the working length of a shift. She does 12-hour shifts, I do 12 hours, 10, 11, 12 hours. Mine can vary, but only little. But my missus does 4 12-hour shifts. 2 12-hour days, and then 2 12-hour nights. I used to do the same at the airport. Not anymore, sick to death of that craphole. For many reasons. But yes, the missus works and bloody works. 4 on, 4 off. I don't have 4 on, 4 off. You don't get that with what I do. is a lot of people do what I do, and 4 on 4 off, really? And if they know there's a 4 on 4 off doing what I do, driving, they're applying, you know, because it's, when you book 4 days off, you then get 12 off in a row. It's like a mini holiday, lengthwise at least. So let me look at the comments. There's a couple of things I want to go over. I was curious, did you like any of the other ghosts from Fun World that wasn't GhostFace? Yeah, definitely. The Viper was one of the favourites. Silver Spook, not so bad. The others I just wasn't so fussed about. But yeah, GhostFace as a mask is what started me in horror. And I've told this story many times on the stream. But I was born in 77, okay? So when Scream came out, I was 19. And I was working at the time, of all places, at Asda, doing trolleys and checkouts and whatever else. My mate one day just wouldn't shut up about Scream. I was like, what's so goddamn good about this film? He said, oh yeah, it's really good, yeah, if the phone answers after, don't answer it. I was like, what are you talking about? What's he on about, phone? And I remember my brother putting it on with some of his mates one day back at the family house, when we had a family house. Anyway, yeah, it went on. I was watching, I was like, it looks interesting. So yeah, I gave it a chance one day. I cannot honestly remember where I was, who I was with when I first watched the first Scream. I think it was with an ex from the late 90s. I can't remember. But I remember thinking, shit, look at that mask. It wasn't just Casey Becker, it wasn't just Sidney Prescott, it wasn't just Dodgy Billy and Stu, it wasn't just Randy being brilliant and Gail being cocky and Dewey being good. It was, look at that mask. It all combined together to make one brilliant thing, as we know. But yeah, the K&B, I was like, why is that mask different? I remember watching it and thinking, why does that mask look funny here, and then why in the windows it looked different there, and why just there does it look different again, and why in this scene does it look different again, and why in the bushes does it look K&B again? Didn't know it was K&B at the time, just thought that dodgy mask. Then why at the end was it look longer in the face? I was like, what? Well, that's an interesting mask, and it just captivates people, it really does. You must all know it. And I was thinking, geez, that mask is amazing. Where do I get that mask? And again, mentioned on the stream before, we didn't get Fantastic Faces over here. Not on header tags that said Fantastic Faces. They wasn't sold in shops here, to my knowledge. To any fan's knowledge over in the UK at the time of the 90s. The earliest iteration of a Fantastic we got was a Gen 2 Fantastic on an ASIS tag, which I've shown before on stream. It's down behind me in a box, you know, with many others. But yes, there you go, Casket Crew. People just really love money. With regard, yeah, with what I was talking about before. eBay is irrigorous with that. Is that what you say it? 25 EUs are like $40, and I'm just like, son, can I just go to Amazon and get me a brand spanking new one? Again, $8, you see. I can't say what trade price an EU is, but they are not expensive at all. I like the smiley one, yes, that mask is art, I'm in love. There you go. So, I got a question for people on the chat. I don't know whether any of you have done this on Facebook, or whether it's just other fans that were a little bit over the top or a bit obsessive. But I wanted to ask, in recent years, we have always seen the same type of Ghostface mask in films. Anybody with a brain cell will know that the main mask, ever since Scream 3, with regards to type, is the EU stamp. With regards to killer mask used in films, ever since Scream 3. Obviously we know with 1 and 2 it was earlier generations, Fantastics, Fearsomes, RDS, etc. Even Scary Movie, a HN for God's sake, in the brief appearance with a hook in his hand next to the tree and then darts behind the tree, doesn't it? Even the HN in Giant, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Why am I saying Giant? But yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. But the one thing that creates mystery as to why are people asking this stupid question, the question being is online lately, more so Facebook, in all sorts of groups, why are people so obsessed with trying to narrow down a manufacture date of a mask from whatever the film is? So recently I've seen comments, anyone know where I can get a 2024 EU, April to July? Why? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I ain't the boss, I ain't nothing to do with Fun World. I was saying this before RJ come on a message. I'm nothing, just a fan with a site, that's it. The only GhostFace site, head gets big, and the only authorised GhostFace site, and there won't be another GhostFace site, trust me. Mine is the only one, it will stay the only one. The only other GhostFace site is Fun World, and we know they own it, so you know. Hence why I want to give it an arse kicking. But for the most part, alright, there's big stamp EUs that have recently come, okay, fine. But why is it so important for some people out there, I don't know why, to April to June 24 EU stamp? It doesn't matter. And these people that say, I've got 97 Fantastic, you don't know it's a 97 Fantastic. Nobody knows what it is. They wasn't dated at the time. They never was dated and manufacturer dated on any of the headers. All you need to have an almost screen accurate mask in recent films, more so, as in 5, 6, 7, is an EU stamp. Remember one main thing here. This is me having a bitch. But remember one main thing here, yeah? What do the studios ask for? RJ, can we have some masks, please? Okay, I'll send some masks. And he sends all sorts of types. Metallics, oil slicks, zombies, scarecrow. He sends all sorts. But the main killer mask, despite the manufacture date, is an EU stamp. And yeah, probably some big EUs got in there as well. Didn't anybody remember the picture of David Arquette in Scream 4 promotional shots? There was some behind the scenes, I think on David's Twitter. And on one of them, nobody seemed to notice he was wearing a flip-up mask. He was messing about, it wasn't in the film. It was on some sort of golf course or something, or putting green, I forget, but he was with some blonde girls. And he had a flip-up mask based on, balancing on his forehead here. A flip-up mask. Hardly any of the fans clocked that. Some did, but not many. How many of them said, oh, I want a David Arquette flip-up mask? It doesn't matter. It's a flip-up mask. It doesn't matter. Because it was probably one of the masks RJ sent from Fun World. Both S7 masks, yeah. Arguing on SM pages now about this very subject. So they really time to grow up, you little pricks. Jesus Christ, man. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, think about it, yeah. Okay, let's go through the film, shall we? So 1996, okay. We all know, KMB, Generation 1, Fantastic Faces. Okay, Scream 2, we already know. Yeah, Fearsome Faces, if you want to name a header, but Generation 2 masks. Thinner, see-throughable, with your thumb behind it, yeah. Also RDS, and also, according to a couple of the stuntmen, a couple of HNs are in there, although not easily viewable, but again, we basically know. So yeah, scream masks, which is a term not liked by people you wouldn't expect to not like it, but when the term scream mask come, you can understand why, but it isn't just a scream mask. It wasn't wanted for the mask to be known as a scream mask, it was wanted to just have its individual name and identity, hence GhostFace. But then we go to Screen 3. What did Screen 3 have in it? EU stamps. Yeah, for the most part. Big eye ones, squintier eye ones, more so the ASIS tagged ones that would see, just seems to have thinner eyes. And then Screen 4 came. What did we get in Screen 4? For the most part, collector's edition masks, EU stamps. But yeah, it's not with the best hoods, unfortunately. But again, they was reshrouded for the film, customised, etc. And then, of course, January 2011 came, reshoots. Whereas like the look of TD masks, reshoot masks, squinty-eyed, whatever you want to call them. There we go. Then Resurrection came, didn't it, after the two pathetic series, which I will say. And then EU stamps again. Ultra whites in Resurrection. And yes, ultra whites have their opinions, of course. And I can agree with many of those opinions. And then 5, 6, 7, okay, customizations, ultra white stuffed into the chin, etc., cut in half, but mainly EU stamps. So when you do see April to June 24, it doesn't matter. It could be an October to December 24, which you do not see a lot of, the October to Decembers, but they are out there. It could be a July to September 2023, you know. I have metallic masks gifted to me in the past by RJ, again, years ago. And I know at the time of receiving them, they're tagged wrong. And they're like, what do you mean tagged wrong? So years ago, we used to have bootlegs of masks in the UK. And I say, RJ, what the hell's this bootleg going to send you? And what the hell's... Oh, right. Where's that come from? Well, that's come from so-and-so, this place. Oh, okay, well that's not authorised, so we've got to look into this. And they'd talk to the company or whatever and say, you need to be buying the proper one, not this fake rubbish. Who's made this? And sometimes a gift would come saying, oh, that's the first set of metallics, because thanks for helping us with the mask, we didn't know that that existed. And we've had words. I was like, okay. And on this particular set of metallic masks, which were raised stamp EUs, they had the wrong date on. I was like, what? So these header tags on the back had manufacturing date 2014. It was 2015-16 when I received the masks. Said, oh, these new masks are just on the wrong headers. I was like, what? Why have they got 2-year-old tags on them then? No, that's probably what was left at the factory. I was like, what? So they're not correct. So okay then. That's weird. And yeah, there was also a time where going to Long Island to meet RJ when he had his book out in 2013, there was these masks hanging up in the back of the library where the event was going on. And they were metallics. I said, look at that, to the missus at the time. She's like, what? I said, there's 4 metallics. She said, so? I said, yes, red was discontinued years ago. She didn't care, you know. She said, oh, right, okay, boring. I said, the red was discontinued. All of a sudden, you got a red, purple, blue and a green. I didn't know that when that display came down, he would gift them to me for doing whatever I did in Long Island. I forget now. I think I took him his book and he signed it or something. He says, oh, you can have these. They're getting in the way or something. And, okay. I was like, hang on a minute, why is there a red? You don't do these anymore. Well, I had a red done. I was like, okay, I wish I had that power, you know. I don't know. But yes, not always can we rely on the manufacture date on the header? It is not always correct. In some instances, for the most part, it's fine. But when there's been mass samples, so RJ may say sometimes to China, right, I need samples of this, item numbers, blah, blah, blah. Send them. Okay, factory does this, do as they're told. Box them up, send. Doesn't matter about the headers, send them. Just attach them headers, I need to see what they're like, give them the design. Whatever the header was, you know. And it was like, what's he, 2014 manufactured? It doesn't matter, he just wanted the headers on. Just to hang them up, or just to see, or just to even play about. And some headers were turned inside out, so it was just white and white on each side. Because the headers, for the most part, are white inside. So some samples I was sent in the past from the distributor were sample headers, and others were just scary movie headers, flipped inside out and put on the mask. I was like, wow, what the? I used to look inside it. What's all this? That's a smiley mask. What's this? This is on a race stamp EU GhostFace. What's that doing with a smiley mask header inside out? And it was just to get something on it to use at a trade show and hang it up. And you could see the manufacturer on them, you know, no, it's not right, it's just been put on. It's not defining the manufacture of the mask. It's just something that we needed putting onto it to display the damn thing. And that was just in one instance, you know. It's all different things that have gone on. Look at Kurt Eubank, CBS Studios, with the white metallic sparkle. They wasn't an official type. It was an accident. And now there's people out there the other day. Anyone got a white sparkle metallic? I thought, yeah, I have. But you're not having it because I've only got 2 left. I think I've actually got 1 left now, to be honest. Here we go. Let me catch up with this chat. I'm sorry I'm rambling here, but off topic. I still own the devil face you sold me. Ah, very nice. I think it was the shroud of it. Yeah, I've still got original 2017 devils, like hen's teeth now. Hen's teeth. You don't find them as easy. They're out there, but you don't find them easy. There was only a small amount made. Devil face was discontinued. Do you remember? Devil face went out there in 2017. It didn't do well. Skelly face didn't do well. Plastic ghost face did not do well. People are like, I just order a few. Didn't care. Skelly face was a Frank McGovern design. Absolutely brilliant design. All of a sudden it picked up some steam. I've got a custom Skelly face off Frank that he's up the paint job on it and signed it. It looks absolutely brilliant, you know. It's just the same that sometimes the mass-produced status makes them not as good as what we see on a prototype sometimes, you know. Because they don't have the same detail. But yeah, the devil face only came back for one reason. Anybody know that reason? Type in the comments if you know what the reason is. If you don't, I'll tell you in a minute. Let me catch up with this chat. Devil face was discontinued, I promise you. It was like, no, forget it, not popular. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Why it came back. See if anyone knows in the chat. I bet you don't. There might be some, if Darth GhostFace is here, Kyle, he might remember. I will personally not be putting the ultraviolet halves on my EUs. Yeah, I don't bother either. I don't want to cut up a mask, I just can't do it. Don't matter whether it's an ultraviolet or anything else. Even if I had 100 EUs or arrive tomorrow, I won't cut any of them up, I just can't do it. But yeah, they make the mask of the inserted to obviously at a different shape, of course. But that was the idea, wasn't it? You know, that's what happens when you put mask to the films. Same thing happened to Nate when he picked up a 25 EU. Some of the tags still said 2024. Yeah. What? Tigger! You scared the fucking shit out of me, you little prick. What are you doing, Tig? What are you doing? Bloody cat gave me a heart attack. He did a moan like I've never heard before. I thought he got something stuck in the door. Come on. He's legged it. I would pick up the webcam, but it's a git to set up again. The way it sits on top of the screen. Hello, Mike. 717. Oh my good God. He's like, what? I've just done an Alfred Zane gathering last weekend, man. Bad news, I'm afraid, mate. They won't let us back into Barry's. Now it's all knobbed up and bloody the most modern you could ever see, Barry's ass. They won't let us back in because of new carpets. They're selling it for 400 grand, man. 400 grand. You remember Nev and Dennis when they pulled up? Hey, hold the value of these. Yeah, so my video got squashed, mate. I was there with some footage, ready to complete the rest of the footage, and they said no. So unfortunately, mate, it's been squashed. I need a skelly face, that one is dope. Yeah, I've still got a few here and there. There you go, Schneider nose, look. Dead by Daylight, that's the reason. Casket Crew, Dead by Daylight. GhostFace cat, yeah, remember that mask from the Screenwalkers? Anyone watch the Screenwalkers? They wanted to come on the stream, be interviewed. I'm still waiting to do it now. At the time when they first asked, I was still trying to get sorted with my job. But that's sorted now. Just pick up the cat and show him to it. Yeah, he's hard to catch, trust me, he's a little sod. My other cats in the past, I had 5 cats with the ex. They was born 2004, 2005, 2006. Daddy in 2004, Mummy 2005, and babies in 2006. Sadly, Mum and Dad had passed. 5 babies came, 2 I gave to a mate, I don't know whether they're still here or not. And the rest of them died, just because they was in the teens. And there's 1 cat that remains. What I call the possessed one. She's still 3 doors down the road, at the back of my flat. 19 years old. That cat. Sweep is her name. Or Sweet Casey Nicola, as I called her. And yes, as of, I will get to the chat in a sec, but as of April the 25th, if she's still here, which touch wood she will be 20 years old, that cat. But I could always just grab her and, you know, have a fuss. This one, he's a fast little sod. Not so sociable. Little long-eared git he is. But yes. That is being sold by Funworld now. Yes, that's correct. The Screenwalkers mask was in process for a while with RJ and the creators, and yeah, it's now finally coming this Halloween. I've had like 37 cats in the house. Jesus Christ, 37? Where is he? He wants some treats. I know what he's after. The door started opening, and I heard this moan I'd never heard him do before. I was like, fuck it, what's that? And the missus is at work, you know, like 15 miles away. It's not like she can just nip out of a break room and bloody, you know, come into the front door. Plus the front door's locked with a chain on. I always lock it with a chain on if I'm on my own. You never know, man. The world these days. But yeah, even so. So, let's finish up, shall we? A couple of viewers disappearing, which I can understand. But yes, Scary Movie 6. When I saw the first trailer, so we got into it, but when I saw it for the first time and that costume girl starts somersaulting up, I was like, what the hell's this? Please tell me that's not some sort of weird killer. Again, I've not seen every recent horror type film or thriller type film to know if that's from something, I don't know. And then all of a sudden the mask is revealed. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're wearing that girl costume, whatever it was, you can't hide a Ghostface costume under it, but that's Scary Movie, isn't it? You know, it's daft. And then all of a sudden we see Scary Movie mask again. It's like, holy shit, look at this. Symmetrical eyes, thinner eyes, very small detail nose, but still there, and more definitive mouth, and even better, seems to be a plastiform mask. What do they call it? What's that thing they call it when it's just a solid bit of plastic that's... Clive showed me one being made once down at Burtbench. I went to see him. He goes, watch this, this is how we make a mask. And he put the mould in, pressed it, and there's... You know, you can do it with dashboards. I've seen it with car dashboards online where there's a big dashboard in a big machine and they want to cover it with a vinyl or something. It just... Was it vac formed? That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, Mr. Aaron. Yeah, okay, with the kitties. Yeah. There's a cat thing on YouTube, something farm in Minnesota, cat farm or something, I can't remember. And we were looking at them lately. Jesus, there's hundreds of the kits. But I love me kitties. I love me kitties. But the two we got here is a mum and a son, and they're not so sociable like the ones I used to live with. They were very sociable. But yeah, still, anyway. So Scary Movie 6, already on the way. Details are not going to come that I know of with regards to anything that's coming in that film until the film's been out. Like, Scary Movie 6 trailer was not going to come out until Scream 7 was properly underway with the marketing and the promotions. And there we go, we finally got it, didn't we? But, yeah, I don't know, man. But as you said on the chat, yes, with regards to Devilface, that was discontinued. It was considered a failure, and that I do know, fact. And then it went into DVD, and bang, DVD. All the players wanted that damn thing. So I said, RJ, you got the demand back? Yeah, we're doing it again. Just like that. Just like that. Did you see the new teaser for Scary Movie 6? Is there a new teaser? Again, I've been at work a lot, so I've been watching any clip that's popped up for Scary Movie 6. That I can sort of semi-spoil. If they put anything in that trailer that's going to semi-spoil it or make you think twice, I don't care. I'm not so fussed about it. I'll watch it. I'll happily go to the cinema and watch that. But yeah. Mother and son cats hate each other after they grow up. No, these two are fine. Some may do, of course, but yeah, these two are okay. They have the little scuffles now and again, playing about, but they're indoor cats, you know, they ain't got a lot to do, which I don't always like to do, but I'm on a first floor flat. It's not easy to just let them in and out when you're in a first floor flat with some prick living below, trust me. And there's two other flats on the other side, so I don't trust the traffic round here either. Some bastard mows one down one day, I'll kill him. What do you think you're doing? That's my cat, and I don't want to get that news one day. I think your cat's dead in the road, so I do like indoor kitties for that reason. They should put Skellyface in DVDs so they can bring him back. Yeah, that's an idea, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because Skellyface, it was out there. It did okay. But yeah, then it just stopped, didn't it? Then the plastic GhostFaces seemed to stop, and then all of a sudden there's this, that and the other bloody version that plastic Ghostface. So yeah, so that didn't essentially stop, it just continued in other forms. And then we got it in the bloody Scream 5 trailer. I was like, what the hell are you using a plastic mask for? Even if it is a recreation of a stab film. No! Get it damn fantastic, man. What are you playing at? But yes, I will say it is pathetic, and always will be, that these July 2024 manufacture date masks from Scream, it doesn't matter. Just seek out the main type. Stuff the date. They've all made the bloody same. They are nowadays. Just remember, EU stamps were gone in 2017. That was the last of them. The fact they're back, absolutely brilliant. Resurrections are quite nice. I know, alright, I'm not being big-headed, but yes, not everyone's got a resurrection mask, but they are beautiful. Well, it's almost a shame that it says number 5 MTV edition on the side of it, because it just seeps in over time, just becomes a purple smudge. But you know, that's black marker for you, isn't it? An accurate Stab 1 2022 costume. Yeah. I mean, they're not the worst masks. I'm sure you could even customise one, for God's sake. How many times we go on Instagram lately and there's somebody pissing about with a mask and you're like, just leave the damn things alone, man. But it doesn't surprise me that within the first week of the Scary Movie 6 trailer that already someone's had to be a cocky sod and do a 3D file, start selling the son of a bitch, and then producing them. It's not accurate. It's decent. from what I've seen on Insta shit, as I call it. But it isn't official. So you can try and do this type and try and do that type, all you want, but it's not official. Will they do an official one because they didn't before? Will we see other variations? I hope so, because that's part of what made Scary Movie brilliant, wasn't it? You saw what was a serious horror mask become a spoof horror mask, and then even more spoof on top of it. So the main killer mask, a brief of Ghostface appearance, the proper one, the HN, and then stoned, what's up, smiling. I was like, Jesus. I remember first watching in the cinema that same showing where I turned and the crowd erupted. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, somebody's thought about this. You know, the different types and the way that the mask didn't have to be a static face, it could then have a different expression with a situation, you know. I was like, Jesus, some clever sods out there. So yeah, the stone smiling, the what's up after the killer mask. I was like, that's 4 different bloody masks. But no, the main one everyone wanted wasn't bloody sold, was it? Typical. And then on top of that, there were 3 other versions that they said, no, we're not going to use them. You look at that original picture on the website of mine that's appeared in many different places I've seen over the years, where you've just got the 7 books of all the different types. I just wish we had names for the others, you know, because there's no proper official names. Right, anyway, where's he gone? Tigger? Just have a quick gander.
Where did you go? You want some treats?
I don't know where he's gone. I'll just shut the door again if the damn thing opens. You know what's funny is this door, this one, it's the same as the door that's on this room. All the doors in the flat where I live are exactly the same as this. Every door is exactly the same as that. I mean, this is a plain plastic. These obviously have a fake wood grain. But yeah, every door. I looked at that, I was like, Jesus, like it's coming in the flat. Hello, Mr. Screen Ghost, you alright? Good to see the name. It became purple. Yes. You would be surprised. Now, modifying my big stamp, giving it a shroud, better eye mesh, and looking into options to make it glow in the dark. Yeah. That's one thing we need back. So, EU stamps in recent time have made a return. Absolutely brilliant. Keep them coming. But, where's the glow types? And EUs did in the past all look the same, and obviously some glowed and some didn't. So, but remember, today's mask making standards and rules and regulations are not the same. So maybe it's a bit harder for them to do glow types on a standard EU. And the last glows we saw were what? The Spirit Halloween ones a couple of years ago. And then they were exactly the same as the 2011, 12 and 13 Asda glows. The same exact mask, the same way of making it, the same mould, the same glow. Just they want Asda masks. They were now Spirit masks. And just before that were the Collector's Edition, Deluxe Edition, Asda glow mask, Spirit glow mask, whatever you want to call them, with the deluxe shroud. But at the time, of course, they were just Collector's Edition glows. And then on top of that, you had the standard normal EU, which were obviously non-glow. And then the stampless chin for the glow. And on top of that, Collector's Edition Deluxe reshoots in the mask and knife set and in the singular mask as well, which are bloody hard to find. What did Asda mean anyway? Asda's just a store in the UK, it's the same as a Walmart in the US. It now depicts in the UK Asda is part of the Walmart family, has done, excuse me, for years. It's been part of the Walmart family since about 2010, 11, if I remember right. I have those doors too. Yeah, these doors are very popular, aren't they? Cheap shit, these ones, cheap shit, but look the part, you know, just look a bit better. I swear the cat's going to come in a minute. I think the ultralight glow, hang on, I'm just thinking. There are 2 more iterations of EU glows that do exist, which are normal EU stamps. Good with this, aren't we? What are they? Well, 2017, CBS Studios, aka Kurt Eubank, messaged me, says, look what I've found. This has been on my stream before. And look what I've found, Mr. Toy, it said on the price tag, on the header. There was an EU mask, because yeah, EU stamp 2017, hen's teeth. You don't know, this is different, it glows. And I think he sent me 2 or 3, still got 1 left. 1, because I traded or whatever I did with them. But yes, the last EU stamp glow 2017, although hen's teeth to find, did exist in Australia. And just thinking before that, when you had these 2011 collector's edition glows, which were basically the Asda mask with a deluxe shroud, as bad as the shroud was, we did, yes, of course, have the normal EUs, which didn't glow. But then you're forgetting a type, aren't you? HHN. HHN glows, HHN non-glows. Remember? So the last EU glows, Screen 4-ish time, was actually HHNs. Post Screen 4, Asda glows in deluxe hoods. Post after that, nothing until 2017. And then again, absolute hen's teeth to find, bastards to find. And you can go online, Mr. Toys, Australia, have you got any? No. Gone. I'm just, where's my website? I'm going to bring my website up on the other screen now. I'm just trying to remember which way round it was. So yes, HHN. 250, the batch of 250 with the non-glows. Absolutely beautiful to look at, smell, everything about them. That's what the collector's edition deluxe first one should have been. And then yeah, the store-bought masks were glow types. So that's how you can easily depict HHN sometimes. Does it glow? There you go, that's what it is. Store-bought HHN. Does it not glow? No. And again, you can do the length of the hood, etc. It's all on the website. You can tell, you know, the differences. I've still got number 11, still got number 248. 249 went in trade to get my pink fantastic back a few years ago. And 250, I can't remember who's got 250. And number 96, HHN, 96 was kept back. That ended up going a couple of years ago to a UK fan. I'll keep it nameless because I don't want any trouble. But yeah, I saw one on eBay for like 1.5k. There you go. Look in the chat, that's who's got 96. There you go. But yes, if you check 96 Screen Ghost, it should not glow. And it won't take you long, trust me. For the 40th anniversary, we need a mask as high quality as HHNs. Yeah, if only, man, if only. Again, what we can all say here is fine. We're collectors. We have this and that collection, this and that. I haven't got every GhostFace item possible. I don't want every GhostFace item possible. With regards to these things, with regards to figures, with regards to these things. Yeah, they're nice to have, but they take up a lot of room. My main collecting, despite this picture behind me on the old, from the past house I used to live in, that room's what we call the box room. And yeah, you'll see it isn't all GhostFace there. And there are different types of things, of course. but my main collection was masks. Not just figures, not just blades, not just DVD costumes, not just Ghostface costumes, not just Stalker costumes, mainly masks. Over 300 masks are behind me, behind this green screen. But yeah, this is the thing with the comment here for the 40th anniversary, you know. The horrible question is, will RJ still be doing the job then? He may have retired, we don't know. But you've got to have the mass retailers' interest. We can all say to blue in the face, we want this mask, we want that mask, it will sell, and it may. But you've got to have the mass retailers' interest. You haven't got the mass retailers' interest, that's it, it's not going to happen. Look at the oil slick, always an example, that one. It ain't going to happen. Takes the mick really, because some of the other things come out, like, really, mass retailers wanted this? And then look at the half and half chrome masks that are coming. Come on, if you're doing them, do an oil slick, man. It will go. It will sell. Really want an oil slick. I did have one in possession for a short time because I wanted to see it in person, and RJ sent it to the UK distributor. He says, oh, if you got a box going to RJ, I'll send it to you. You can peruse it a few days and send it back, which is what I had to do. Because I'd already had a box in mind for RJ at the time. Forget what was in it, but yeah, oil slick had to go back in the box with the rest of the stuff. And I was like, I hated to send it back. And I was like, RJ, I've lost it. And I couldn't lie to him. Yeah. I mean, to have a Ghostface collection that was absolutely everything, you would be bankrupt. And yeah, Douglas has quite a few things, of course, but in full respect to him for, you know, getting them. Some things he's been gifted by fans, other things is, you know, come across very hard. And other times he's had mates help him out in different areas of the country, say, I found this, do you want it, should I send it? And he goes, yes, of course. But yes, as Screen Ghost says, we have to hope the next person has the same passion and care for us as RJ. See, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. Who's it going to be? Will they give a toss? Will they just look at one side of the job and say, sod the fans? You know, you can't really. The fans are what keep the arses in the seats in the cinemas. The fans are what help the movie make millions. It ain't just the studios making the film, it's the fans getting the backsides in the seats, watching it, loving it, going back 3 or 4 times, getting the profits up. Hello, Casket Crew. We're going to end anyway, mate. I've gone on too long. It's 10:07. I want to go on YouTube, watch what I normally watch, see what video Bob's up to with his DeLorean time machines and his many cars that he keeps buying and his Rolls Royce Phantom and God knows what else he does. He's an obnoxious bastard, but he's interesting to watch. And he's in Vegas, which I've been, obviously, when I went to see Carrie Ann in 2022. Then I went to Pasadena to the Monster Palooza event. I met the people from Scream, Skeet, Matthew, Jamie, Lee Waddell, and I missed Nev because the line was too bleeding long. But yes, even so, that was Vegas and California, and I do have an interest in America and, you know, the different states and the places I've been, of course, New York as well. And it's good to see somebody in Vegas giving us daily updates. And he does daily updates now out of respect for Adam the Woo, which we sadly lost in 2025 December, didn't we? Poor Adam. He was a bloody good vlogger, as they call him. Bloody good. No wonder we had millions of fans. But yeah, even so, let's get back to topic. So yeah, Scream 7. Yeah, alright, it's not the worst. It's not as bad as I'll Always Know What He Did last summer. Nothing is it? Even my piece of shit fan films wasn't as bad as I'll Always Know What He Did last summer. At least you could laugh at mine. For fans that do know from the past, which is probably not here right now, but yeah, anyone that watched my fan films in the past, Nate's got the full box set. Yeah, they were daft, and that's what made them laughable, because they were meant to be. But yeah, Scream 7. Yeah, the man, the colleague I know at head office was dead right. Bloody good film until the end. And then what the hell were you thinking? Oh my god. And even worse, Kevin's not interested in directing Scream 8 if there is one. Like, seriously? All that time you was away since Scream 4. Executive producer this, executive producer that, and 5, 6, whatever, based on characters created by Kevin Williamson. And now you got no interest after having fun doing 7. You got no interest in doing it? Why? I'm confused with that, I really am. Retcon do his death in 7 for the funny. Saying that, look at the Twisting the Knife Part 2 video, you know. Why did they have to kill off David Arquette? Wasn't impressed. Good video. The song's good. Nothing against the song. Nothing against the band. Really good band. They know what they're doing. And yeah, I've heard Spencer's hell of a nice man. But yes, yeah, bloody good. And McKenna Grace even better, you know. That's the one kill in Scream 7 that surprised me, because it was like Wes in Scream 5. Scream 5, we had that Wes, didn't we? The chap from whatever he was known for, I can't remember his name there. And I was like, yeah, there he is, yeah, I've seen him before, blah blah. And then gone just like that. I was like, really? You killed him that early? And it was like that with McKenna Grace. I was like, did you have to kill her that early? Couldn't you just waited a bit? Couldn't we had a bit more screen time with her? But the way she was killed, I was like, Jesus Christ. Well, if you're going to do it creatively. And then you did a bit of creativity there, didn't you? And then the other one was the bar tap. Creative, yes, but honestly, I worked in the bar many times over the years. Bar taps are not that sharp to pierce a head. So that's where I looked at it. I was like, yeah, okay, but yeah, you'd have had to really force it to even get an impact. Never mind go through. But again, it's a film, isn't it? So, you know, make believe. So there you go. But there you go. So we'll come to an end. As we saw tonight earlier on, literally typing in the chat, RJ Torbert, aka GhostFace Guy, if you go into the history of the comments and watch this back later. Anybody watching this on a live replay, or a replay should we say, and you're going to enable the live chat to replay, anything that says GhostFace Guy, that's RJ. That was his original Twitter name when he first joined, after Wes kept going on to him. So GhostFace Guy was RJ on Twitter. It's now RJ Torbert on Twitter, which he doesn't use as much anymore. But on this chat tonight, he has been on this chat before and it said r.j.torbert, so I was expecting that. But tonight, if you go through the chat history, or the top chat replay, or the live chat replay, if you're watching this back later or tomorrow or whenever, GhostFace Guy, there's the info. This was not set up. I messaged him, he messaged back. I says, come and say hello if you can, but then I realised he was busy. And then he messaged back, oh, I might pop in. Okay, I know why now, because it was coming to the end of his day. So he's probably tapped on the computer before heading out to the car, driving back across Long Island to wherever he lives. Because I don't know, I didn't see where he lived, I just saw him in Port Jefferson when I met him. And then on another occasion he met us in Port Jeff and drove me and the eggs to Fun World. In fact, no, he drove us from Fun World to Port Jefferson, that was it. we caught a taxi from Port Jefferson to Funworld, Carley Place. I'm trying to remember now. But yes, as it says with Mr. Schneider there, the man, the myth, the legend, GhostFace guy. And people may have different opinions, but he has done everything possible to try and make GhostFace protected, known, not too well known. Like years ago he said to me, I don't want GhostFace on toilet paper, I don't want him everywhere on this. We've got to keep it sensible. But it just keeps coming now, doesn't it? It just keeps coming. Yeah, no, I don't know where he lives, honestly. Mr. Schneider there, don't say where he lives, give him some, I have no idea. He has quite a drive to Funworld, as I understand it. I've been on the phone to him before as he drove to Funworld in traffic, so that was on the side as well for the time, and it took him an hour and 40 odd minutes. I was like, Jesus, what are you doing? And we've always had a joke between each other, saying, oh, we haven't broke the record. Oh, we do a chat sometimes. He always, most of the time, if it's an audio call on WhatsApp, he's driving to work on a hands-free. And many times, even in recent months, before Christmas, after Christmas, how long did we do today? 55 minutes. Oh my God, not even close. I was like, yeah, I know. What was the longest again? And again, I can't do the accent, but what was the longest again? 1 hour 43, you know, it was actually almost equal to the length of Scream, the first one, the original cut. But yeah. But he, again, that's with a lot of traffic. But yeah, he's like, oh my God, I can't believe this traffic. And it never goes to video, it's just audio. I'm like, can't you just put the camera? No. I'm like, yeah, let's not get any accidents happening. That was a while ago as well. You're talking 2-3 years. But yeah, an hour and 43, hour and 44 was like the record. And yeah. It gets to the end of the conversation, you know he's coming to Funworld. Okay, I just pulled into the yard, I need to be going now. Oh, okay. Well, people are waving at me, I've got to go in, they want me, there's a phone call. Oh my God. I said, okay, fine. See you later, RJ, and that's it, off we go. If that's the case, then why did they label him as the icon of Halloween and all that? As he's always the most popular Halloween costume, or is it? Whoa! There was something... I will end this in a minute because I can see people going, Jesus, you know, my car's starting to rust, come on. Yeah, there was a thing... Well, what was it, man? There's so many things and stories that have been told over the years. If I remember correctly, which maybe needed to be changed in the future, I can't remember, but the New York Times, I think it was, don't quote, I'm pretty sure it was though, a few years ago there was an expo show of some sort in New York, okay, and the New York Times was in attendance with many other journalists, people, media, whatever. And it wasn't just Funworld, it was all different companies, if I remember correctly. Again, this is parts of a story I'm trying to remember. But basically, I think the New York Times, or others as well, or somebody somewhere, maybe the New York Times, had said something about an icon of Halloween. And he thought, that's it, there's another trademark. And then again, as he said on his interview, my interview with RJ is still online, but it's set to unlisted now because it's been requested to be put like that for the time being while Scream 7, because there's a lot of people want interviews and he turns them down and says, no, I'm too busy. So, well, you've done it with him, 3.5 hour interview. And he goes, no, just take it offline, it's causing problems. But on that interview, he did mention that, I think it was. But also another trademark that randomly come one day in the Funworld office was GhostFace Lives, which is again now branded on stuff. And one of the newest brands, or slogans, is a killer for all seasons, as you'll see on the Funworld site. I don't know if that's trademarked or copy, it probably will be in time. But yeah, they like to link many sort of slogans or names to Ghostface. I mean, to me, Ghostface is enough. That's it. But if you look at the back of a header tag, you look at all the copyrights, man. Icon of Halloween this, Fun World that, Ghostface Lives this. And I'm sure in the future, Killer for All Seasons trademark, you know, it'll probably be there, I don't know. But yeah, always the most popular Halloween, and he's the most well-liked Fortnite skin. Is he really? I've never played Fortnite. I've seen it played, but you know. But yeah, there's if you go on the Fun World site, look at the Christmas items for Ghostface, and I think even on the website somewhere. Let me have a look. There you go. Let me bring it up on the browser. So I've done a browser background, so let's have a gander. There you go. So you see this, so I've just typed in the search Killer, and it's come up Killer for All Seasons mask. Look at this, look. I've just clicked it and it's loading. There you go. Let's just see. There you go. There you go. As we suspected, it's there. Look, you see it? It's actually now on the images. So have a look at this. Look. Zoom in. There you go. That's just been discarded. There you go. Killer for All Seasons. I knew it was there somewhere. I mean, this particular image is a plastic mask. Why? Because it's too symmetrical, and no, it's not an EU with an ultra stuffed in it. Look at them eyes, symmetrical, same size. Nose is just as it should be, and mouth, again, just as it should be, I suppose. But symmetrical down the sides. That is a plastic mask, I guarantee. Look, he's back again in the chat. Oh my good God. There is a reason, handsome man, for the logos being registered. There you go. Oh my God, is he still listening? RJ, we need some confirmation on the Icon of Halloween trademark in the past. Wasn't it some sort of show? Like the New York Times or the New York Post or the New York something that said an Icon of Halloween, and that's when the Icon of Halloween trademark came about. Do you remember? Yeah, but there you go. Look at this. So, Killer for All Seasons has actually been added to some of the images now. And even on this one, look at this one, look. It's there, look, again. Killer for All Seasons. All these masks they keep bankrupting us, giving us. There you go. There you go. Let's go back to standard, shall we? Let's go back to standard. Standard view. Standard view. You see, there you go. He's back again. There you go. Actually, I got a good memory. I've remembered correctly, look. To be honest, he needed a Scream 6 style as well. This is regards to the Fortnite customization of Ghostface. But his normal mask is like a natural yellowy mask, which looks super cool in my opinion. Also, RJ's back, and now I see there is a reason, handsome man, for all the logos being registered. You see, there you go. So there you go. Look, more bleeding facts. We're about to end the stream, and he's here. So there you go. Read it for yourselves. The Face of Fear, Ghostface Lives, Killer for All Seasons, and the Icon of Halloween. All these slogans. Yes, New York Times, October 97. Jesus Christ. 97, man. They referred to it. This is what he's saying here, look. They referred to it as the Icon of Halloween. He then thought he had a ring to it, so he registered it. And there you go, he got approved, and hence it got linked to the Ghostface permanently forever. And that's why it's on the headers and costume packages and everything else. There it is, fair enough. RJ, I'm buying a house next year. We'll be filling that man cave with more Ghostface mess. Oh, RJ. There was a question that somebody wanted an answer to earlier. That during the Scream 7 marketing and promotions, there was a Ghostface doll. Will that Ghostface doll be available in any other way, shape or form aside from the Scream 7 promotions, because it's very popular? Can you tell us anything on that one? There you go, it's just come up on the chat there, look. There you go, you seen this? Look at this. You reading this, Kyle? Once you've got your man cave, send him a picture and you may get a surprise. There you go, thank you, there you go, see? I can't believe he's still here, man. Whether he's been here all along, I don't know, but you know. Is that the doll that Michael Myers and the Crow also have? I don't know, what was... I mean, I've seen pictures of this doll on Instagram quite a bit lately with the Scream 7 marketing and promotion. And I can only assume it's the one I've seen with regards to some sort of cinema thing. What doll are you referring to? Yes. Somebody type in the chat, please, because I'm a little clueless on which exact doll. And if you're going to want to get an answer, give him some details while we've still got him on. This is rare, but honestly, get typing away, man. Tell him exactly what's going on here, because in the UK we did not get this particular item. We only got these. Kyle, I would suggest that you get a picture of your room as it is right now. Pictures, whichever, because he may not have, without being nasty, I'm not trying to be nasty to you at all, but he may not have the time to go through the stream and look. But I can try and send him screenshots of the stream, I suppose. But yes, here you are, RJ. Mr. Snyder here in the chat. He's just going to get the information on the doll. But yes, with regards to the Darth Ghostface in the chat here, this chap's real name is Kyle. He's been on the stream before showing his massive collection, and he got inspired by some Ghostface website apparently. Yes, I know, but it's because of I like to get two of everything if it's a mask, and he likes to do the same. But yeah, he's got a hell of a lot of stuff. I mean, I have a hell of a lot of stuff, but I haven't got room to display it. I'm not allowed to put anything up at this flat either, nothing on the walls whatsoever. But yes, look at what he's typing here, people. I'm working on a doll right now with a licensee, and it will be a co-brand with Paramount. There you go. You're getting some information tonight, man. Look at this. It was the Harkins Scream 7 talking doll, the plush. Do you remember that, RJ? I know I'm reading out the comments here, but honestly, sometimes it's a good thing. So, do you remember this doll, RJ, for the Scream 7 promotion? Harkins Scream 7 talking doll plush. Ringing a bell now, I hear the words. Oh yeah, there you go. When you Google it. Harkins Theatres will have a collectible Ghostface, it says. Yeah, that's the one. A plush doll with 5 different phrases from the Scream 7 release on February the 20th. Yeah, there's a picture of it now on Facebook that's popped up. Looks actually quite a nice sculpt on the mask as well. Yeah. Even the robes. Robe looks velvety almost, doesn't it? But obviously I ain't got one, so can't give exact detail. But yeah, it's a nice doll. That I remember seeing that on Instagram. There you go. I think that is the Snapco doll for Cinemark. There were so many items, and I would be over a year in advance. He would work over a year in advance. See, this is why whenever we contact him, there's so much going on. This is why. This is just part of the so much going on. Yeah, you see, RJ, you're doing all these things, and the fans want everything possible. Where possible, but we don't always get opportunity to get everything because we're bankrupt. But yes, it's I don't know, there's so many things going on, like he says, which is true, but when you look at it from the fan side, there's so many things we want as well, you know, which for whatever reason we may have struggled to get. And whether that's an EU stamp, whether that's a metallic, whether that's a sideshow figure, whether that's a NECA release, you know, it could be anything, can't it? Look at the amount of GhostFace plushes that have come out before now, you know. GhostFace is just out there so much more. Over the last 3-4 years, it's increased massively, and this iconic little killer with that beautiful mask is just bloody everywhere now. All you got to do is go Amazon, eBay, Google, Bing, GhostFace mask, GhostFace plush, GhostFace doll, GhostFace figure, Scream box set, Scream steelbook, you know, and all these things. Just about everyone wants anything possible, isn't it? Which we can understand. Yeah, the same thing he says. They are selling them for $120 on eBay and stuff, and my theatre had let me in the popcorn bucket, which I did get. Okay, so the theatres have let him have a popcorn bucket in there. Also have the Kid Robot Bloody Ghostface plush. There you go. I think many of you watching now, we haven't had the record amount of viewers tonight, but I think a lot of people that have been collecting lately in the promotion of the new films, you've acquired quite a bit for your collections. Me personally, I've not got many things over the last 2 years due to just financial reason, but also I've mainly got masks rather than figures, you know, and plushes and whichever else. Not in a bad way, it's just I do prefer the mask as the collectible side of my collection, although there are other things as well, of course, and they'll always be valued and they'll always be kept and not sold for the most part until I die, when somebody possibly does. We are not working with Sideshow anymore at this point. We shall see moving forwards. Okay. But yes, I still have a Sideshow figure just above my head behind me, behind the green screen, in the box. But yeah, there already is a Sideshow Ghostface Wim Darth. Oh, Ghostface, okay, right, 1/6 scale. The last Sideshow I remember is the one where he's crashing through the door frame, and I remember seeing that prototype back in 2022 Pasadena at the Monsterpalooza convention, where Nev Campbell, Jamie Kennedy, Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard was, and also Lee Waddell was only there on the Friday though, and yeah, the Saturday and the Sunday it was the others. But yeah, I always miss Nev, as I've got all these signatures on this bloody mask, even RJ's, yet I didn't get Nev's. Yeah, that's it. That was a 1/6 scale Ghostface statue. Also, years ago, bloody years ago, there was another Ghostface statue, only a few made, which was about $1,500 last time I saw one sell, and RJ remembers them well. It was the knife in the air and It was almost like the logo of GhostFace. The one crashing through the door frame, one of the originals, is in our showroom. There you go. Jesus, man. You know what we need, don't you? We need somebody out there to make a fully 110% reliable Star Trek teleporter. I just have a special section at Fun World where we've got a lot of teleporters coming in today. They want to look at the showroom, they want to see the museum. You know, if there was a museum, if there was a display, you know, you imagine if that was a possibility. Fun World would just have to build something somewhere else and say, look, that's all the things, go and enjoy. We've got work to do. But of course, a Star Trek teleporter probably isn't never going to happen, is it? But you imagine if it was a possibility. You imagine that. Oh, I've got to get up for work. Well, what time are you in today? 7 AM. Oh, okay. It's alright, it's okay. No traffic, no planes, no transportation. We're just going to teleport in, we'll be there in 10 seconds. Where do you work? Fun World. Ah! Really? If only, eh? If only. Or even if you didn't work there, you know. Yeah, there's a tour today at this special Fun World facility. Oh, really? New things coming from Funko that I approved today. Look at this. This is how what it's like, you see. All day, every weekday at the very least. That man just never stops. It's like a battery with a plug connection stuck to the back of him. Just keeps going. And then when the plug comes out now and again for a dinner break or to drive home, I'm sure the charge remains 90%. And then come the weekend it needs a boost because it's a long week, I'm sure. Already pre-ordered the new Amazon Funkos. See, this is the thing, there's so much stuff out there, man. The way Star Trek teleporters work would scare me. Oh yeah, I know, but you know, aside from Star Trek or whatever, but you know, if there was a possibility, whether it was scary or not, just for whatever reason, press a button and you know you're there where you need to go. You imagine? Yeah. See, RJ, all these fans are almost bankrupt. For the simple reason of love of GhostFace and Scream. And the amount of people since I've come online that used to just talk in forums or do fan posters or wish years ago when the website first came online, November 2006, when my website first came online, it wasn't the only Scream or GhostFace site. There was a couple others out there that had been on years but no one was doing anything with. And also Screen 3 had long been and gone, so there was nothing happening film wise. But the way the fans have changed now, from wishing for things to now actually getting things, to now actually filling up rooms and man caves, and then all of a sudden you can't see the four walls anymore. All you see is masks, merchandise, posters, figures, collectibles, plush dolls. Even like this picture behind, you know. I mean, you can see a little bit of wall there in the ceiling, but that's what we in the English UK call the box room. On many houses built 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, most English houses would have a box room because it's just like a little cube. And behind, where the gold hooded masks are on the Viper, there's actually a box, and that box is the alcove of the stairs as you're walking up the stairs, so you don't bang your head on the slant obviously as you go up. But the alcove provides like almost like a little mini desk for your additional stuff to go on back there. and that's what was there, the gold hooded mask, the DVD costumes. There was so much stuff. The stuff's still here behind me, it's just not displayed like this. Hence the stream image. You got Devil Face there, you've got Back to the Future stuff on the image behind, you know, you got Handmade with Robots in the top right corner. There's little bits from I Know What You Did Last Summer, there's all sorts, man. And it still exists, it's still in this very room I'm in. It's just boxed, which is the sad part, unfortunately. And the missus is a little scared of GhostFace, so I can't really have many masks out, just sat looking into space because it freaks her. Like, GhostFace is watching. No, he's not. No, he is, he's just seen you. He just winked at me, he's going to get you later. No! And she doesn't deserve torment all the time, she's a good girl. So I don't put many masks out. There's times I'll just randomly hang up a Metallic or a 25th anniversary or whatever, and she'll be like, well, okay, no problem. But then I'll just move it over time because I don't want to freak her out. I swear, even when I'm not watching any Scream or Ghostface content, I still see him. I was watching Dorco the other day and he was wearing a Ghostface jersey. I have good night stories for Fiza. See? Even RJ knows of the missus. And he has good night stories for her to freak her out. The other day I was on a phone call to RJ. Again, you know, private information, but just at the end of the phone call, you know, there was, oh, Fiza, watch out behind you. What? And he's 3,000 miles away, yet he can still freak her out by saying, watch out behind you. But it's good, it's good. How many other companies? Name them, list them in the comments. You can't because there aren't any. But how many other companies have a person that does a job like RJ does, that then comes and socialises with people on a live stream? They're too busy. They're talking to studio execs, they're talking to top brass somewhere, they're talking to the head cheese of something. They're trying to come up with ideas for better solutions to something. They're on to China factories, you know, whatever they're doing. What do we get? We get interaction sometimes. Whether it's a pre-recorded voice message, whether it's an email with information that me and Nate will read out online. You know, as he says on the statement a little while ago, other companies would not do this. I'm sorry, but Mr. So-and-so Vice President or whatever he is in another company will not be commenting. Keep an eye on the website in the future to see for future updates. You know, just something along those lines. You wouldn't get that kind of information, would you? You get in touch with DC Comics or Marvel, or Disney, or whatever, and ask for comments of this or comments of that. Fan site this, fan site that. The fan sites, they probably have them tucked down because they're quite copyright handy, aren't they? Some of these companies. They don't like anyone messing with the stuff in any shape, way or form. I mean, my sites exist because I have a respect for the brand and a passion for it. It's just, honestly, the biggest crime with my website is it ain't a job. It ain't a job. It really isn't a job. See, there he is again, look, on the chat. He's still in the chat. The fans and collectors deserve attention. They are the reason that GhostFace lives, as he said. How many of the viewers in the chat, or may end up watching this back at a different date, how many of you know somebody that is in their dream job, or can get up for work every day and love, and I mean really love what they're doing, and become, maybe in some respects, a workaholic because they love what they do that much? I remember years ago, my friends were like, yeah, how's your website doing? I was like, yeah, it's fine. It had not been took offline. No, why? Well, didn't they get in touch with it? Yeah, they got in touch and said to keep it online. Oh, don't you get paid for it then? No. Oh, why not? I said, I mean, why not? It's done for passion. No, they should be paying you. No. Says, this is something I volunteered to do. This is something I created with regards to a website domain and a web hosting package that I then put GhostFace theme on top of from branded products and their logo and their images. I then attained permission to use their logo because of a passion for it. But in all honesty, people, in all honesty, it is a shame that this isn't some sort of job. Look at Mad About Horror. Louise, Neil, and now additional staff, because they're bloody good and passionate about what they do. But they are a shop and a website that sells things. I am not. You know? Look at Trick or Treat Studios. Look at other companies. Look at these people in the horror, movie, TV, media sort of industry that can do stuff, good stuff, because they're so damn passionate about it that the stuff proves to be really nice, really good, top quality, top rank. Now, whatever it may be. Me, I'm in the wrong job. And I said that to my general manager weeks ago. I says, you know, the only thing I ever did right in life. She goes, what's that? I says, my website. Oh, what's your website? And I told her, oh really? I says, yeah. She says, why did you do the website right then? I says, because I got approval from the company that owned the brand to say carry on doing it. I says, I haven't had any other success of that sort ever since, because I'm bloody useless at everything else. So to drive buses is one thing, because you have to learn to do it, and they're big vehicles, you know. You can kill people with them things so easy. But I've always been good at valeting cars. But is valeting cars a dream job? Anyone can valet cars. Look at YouTube, there's hundreds of the gits, you know. But with Ghostface and Scream, that is what started me onto something I had a major passion for. And that bloody mask. That bloody mask. Not the bloody mask, but that bloody mask as an expression had a major effect on my life. Look at it all, for God's sake, behind. And that wasn't even half or a quarter of the collection. And there's been much more stuff added to it since the picture behind on the green screen you see. And all because of a brand out there by a company called Funworld producing a product called Ghostface, which was more so made popular in 1996 Scream movie. And here we all are now listening to some bloody UK idiot on a stream, because we all have this major interest and love and passion for a horror icon, for horror characters, for the way it's written, the way it was directed, the way, you know. But all because of Wes and RJ and Alan and Stanley in 1996 having a bloody long meeting, I'm sure, many meetings, I can only assume. Here we are all now, years later, 30 years later, still loving it, talking about it, watching live streams about it, doing Instagram things about it, bands making songs about the damn thing, in a nice way. One of my favourite music videos is in relation to Scream 3. Nothing against Twisting the Knife at all, it's a bloody good video. But one of my favourite videos involving the Ghostface mask, which is music based, is Creed, What If? The fact the mask is round stalking all the band members and takes them all out one by one, or so we're led to believe, And just it being in the start of Scream 3, it got me. I think, God, what is that song? I need to find what that song is. And then I saw the video, I was like, this is bloody brilliant, this. Even David Arquette, and it, you know. But as RJ says here, look, yes, bloody long is a good way to put it. Yeah. But in all honesty, RJ, people viewing at a different time. If I could wake up every single day and think I'm an important piece of some sort of GhostFace somehow online somewhere, because the website does need a revamp. But honestly, if I could wake up and say, yeah, GhostFace is a major part of life with regards to a passion and now an income. So yes, in the future, what could become of ghostface.co.uk? I've always had a nice little vision, but that's all it's ever remained as to be one of the main hubs or websites to acquire GhostFace items from. And even better, legitimate, genuine, non-bootleg crap, but real, genuine, authentic, vintage, and even modern day items from my website, you know, like a collector's hub or something. I don't know what you could do exactly, but you know what I mean. Just something, because I believe and I see in other people outside of this world, outside of this flat, when you have people that are extremely passionate and give 110 or more % into what they are doing, pursuing, promoting, designing, websiting, whatever it is, sharing video blogs, whatever it is, live streams, when you have got that massive passion and enthusiasm, that's when you get the extra effort without them even thinking twice to do it. It reminds me of a saying from Cool Runnings years ago, from John Candy, one of his last films. And he's talking to the bobsledders, as we all know, and some may remember. And he's describing the sort of like the leader of the bobsledders. I don't know what he actually categorized or called him, but whether it was a captain or something, but basically with regards to this leader, or again whatever the word was, he said he's the first one to arrive and he's the last one to leave. He knows all this, he knows all that, he's looking at every course, he knows every turn, he knows every, you know. And basically this leader, which was Derice, the character, Derice proved himself and had his passion, enthusiasm, right to represent his country. They fought for what they wanted to do, didn't they, of course, which was a real true story. And they ended up representing the country in the bobsled tournament, of course. And this is what people see sometimes with me in the past. They say, why are you so mad on that mask? Why do you have a website? Why do you even care? I'm like, because that's my interest. If you haven't got dreams, all you've got is nightmares. And that's a quote from Diner, 1982, Mickey Rourke, to character Bagel. So when you've got the passion and the drive and the enthusiasm, that's when we don't even think about what we're doing with regards to should we. It should, yes, of course we will, because it's all there, isn't it? It's all there. It's ready to go. This is why images like this behind exist, because we really love what's been produced and created and put out there to the world for people to enjoy, and that's part of it. enjoying something. So these people with the dream jobs that really love what they do, you're bloody lucky. You're bloody lucky. I've just kicked the light over. Kicking everything over now. Come on. Okay. Getting messages, we'll have a look in a minute. Okay, oh, okay RJ, good night. I'm glad you came, RJ, if you're still there. Thank you very much. Jesus, man. I'm actually scared now if he'd sat there all the way through. Did he really sit there all that time, or did he just come to check back and see what we were saying? Bloody hell. Bloody scared now. Because I was referring to the New York Times and icon of Halloween. See, there's a lot of stories I've been told over time, and a lot of good information, and a lot of quality, quality facts. And it's really good that all of us are here doing what we do with these man caves, with these spare bedrooms, with these converted garages, whatever it is. Yeah. I think he just came back. I think he probably did as well, to be honest, Aaron. I think he probably did. Right, anyway. So I've been streaming for 2 hours, 54 minutes and 53 seconds. Jesus Christ. Let's not touch the 3 hours mark. You lot deserve better than that. Let's end it. So, Scary Movie 6 on the way. Let's see what goes on there. Nice looking mask that we've seen in trailers so far. I must say I do like the updated GhostFace, should we call it that? Or the updated Scary Movie killer mask. Does look nice. I will not ever forget the original, because that's the beauty too, along with the other types. And yes, Scream 7 we've been over. Gordon Bennett, man. Definitely not the worst. Definitely not the worst. But yeah, the killer reveal, or killer's reveal. Yes, well, there you go. Will definitely be re-watching it when it comes to streaming platforms. And I will be purchasing, of course, in time, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever comes out, Steelbook, whatever we can get hold of. But apart from that, people, thank you very much for watching, listening, tolerating, commenting in the chat. This was a scary stream. This was a scary stream. For reasons that we've gone into quite a bit of detail with this and that, but also at the very start of this stream it must have been 2-3 minutes of just absolutely nothing. I've never seen a chat so quiet at the start of a stream. I have the Dewey theme playing, of course, which is what I do like to start it, out of respect for the character. I just love the tune, even though it was Broken Arrow first. But yeah, I just love it. But yes, thank you, Mr. Aaron Schneider. Thank you, Sutter Kane. Thank you to RJ. I think he's probably gone now. But thank you, RJ. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, anyone that's coming this stream. If you're watching this back at a different time, I hope you just found it a bit, at least some sort of informative. And yeah, it's good to see fans listening, viewing, listening to this waffling UK prick, and just seeing also I am still a fan, despite not being able to obtain every single piece of merchandise possible every time it comes out. I am still a major fan as much as I was before, and I ain't number one, and I never will be. And there's people out there with way better collections than mine. But for what I do own and some of the rare stuff I do have, I'm always grateful. In some ways it's been earned, and in other ways it's been a surprise in the post a few years ago, like Jesus, But here we are, we're still going on. What's to come of Scream 8? Will there be a Scream 8? We will have to see. But apart from that, people, thank you very much. I'm just going to make sure, like I always do, that I don't cut myself off when I press end stream. So thank you all that's participated, listened, watched, tolerated, as I say, typed in the chat as it was live. If you're watching this again at a later time, thank you for having a look, and if you made it this far, definitely thank you for getting this far to the end. So I shall go quiet in a second, and I've got the stream on another internet window, just to know that when I press end, I'm not chopping off what I'm saying now, because if I press end now, as I'm halfway through saying something, it's going to go blah blah, and that's it. And yeah, I'd rather have it just, we'll remain quiet for a little bit, and then we shall return in the future. Hopefully not too long. Again, work hours are not the easiest. I am off this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but that's probably a bit too soon to do another one because we've gone over quite a bit here. Unless somebody does have an interest on coming on the stream and showing off the collection, get in touch. Message me on Instagram, message me on the Facebook group, ghostface.co.uk Facebook group, message me on the website on the contact link. Just go to other on the tick box. If you want to come on here, show your collection, doesn't matter whether you got 5 masks, 10 masks, 50 masks or 1,000 masks. Get in touch if you want to. Let's get you on a video call. Let's show what you've got with regards to items, masks, collectibles, and go from there. But I'm going to do a little signal to the camera now so I know when to clip it off on the stream on the other window. But see you soon. Good night from the UK, and I'm going to go get a well needed shower, something to eat quick, and then go to bed. It's now 11 PM. See you later.